Try again. Oh, shit! Is it locked out? It's a fucking end lock. We got an ending lock, guys. This was definitely a bad end. Try again was definitely a bad end. Remember, the guy who directed Takechi Toyama. Remember what Toyama said? How he said that the game made you feel like there may never have been an ending. Like, he loved the uncertainty of whether or not there was a good end to this game. Right? So that's... And that tied into how he made Siren, and Siren was god tier. Okay, so this was, okay end. I'll give this one an okay end. Now we're gonna try again, because I have no idea. Yeah, we gotta reset? We gotta reset. That means the text is gonna go just as slow. I may start fast forwarding. Unless there's like, unless it does something cool here where we soft reset and something happens. Oh, good. Second time. There is a save point. Oh, that means the name is still Nami. Oh. From where? Continue? The name is just stuck on Nami now. What if we just continue? The narrow mountain road weaved back and forth. I'm not sure if it was because of the shadows from the mountain or something else, but felt oddly gloomy. There wasn't even planned to be a good ending originally. In I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream. But, the devs convinced Harlan Ellison to do it. He wanted a game with no good endings. Yeah, we can't pick a new name. It's stuck on Nami. It's stuck on Nami. You have Salad Dogs to thank for that. It's gonna be confusing the entire run now. The trees were all lined up in a row like a procession of corpses. I don't give a shit. It's funny. I'm not actually mad at you, Salad Dogs, but Chad is. I definitely can tell them apart. Even with the somewhat good ending, I feel like it's not really good ending for Noah. Really? Yeah. There was something close to a good ending, though. The trees were lined up in a row like a procession of corpses. The wheel had chosen I'm innocent! Get him. The way the rocks were shaped made them look like monsters. I decided to put those disturbing thoughts out of my head, so I could hear Nami breathing lightly as she slept. She was awake until just a moment ago. I figured she must be tired after a day of fishing at the river. She looked so beautiful as she slept. As I gripped the steering wheel, I couldn't help but gaze at her. Ah, Nami, a car! Nami suddenly shouted. It's all different! Holy shit, give me a second, guys! It's all different. None of this was in the first... I am merely an avatar of our Lord, the wheel. It's true, it is the wheel's fault. It is the wheel's fault, but this is interesting because all of it's different right now. Without thinking, I was about to hit the brakes, but there was no car heading toward us at all. Oh. That was a dream? Come on, get it together. I pretended like I was gonna smack her with my elbow. And at that time, I thought about how cute Nami was. I shivered, like I just had a premonition of something sinister. It's still going. Oh, this is sick. Okay, now the game is getting really interesting. 39. I shivered. Alright, we're gonna play serious now. Got my serious hat on. I thought it was gonna do something cliched, like if you just pick different options, different things would happen, but this is way more interesting. I shivered like I had a premonition of something sinister. Nami looked out the window. Hey, Nami. What? What's the name of those flowers, I wonder? I noticed them earlier. Yeah, it's way more interesting. Yeah, this entire intro is different, Tech. This whole intro is different. Like, we're still in the car, but everything's changed a lot. Like, all of the dialogue and descriptions have changed. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, the main character's girlfriend's name is Nami, and you can name the main character. And Saladong's being an actual genius, not a fake sarcastic genius, but a real genius, put Nami on the wheel for the main character's name. So we're both named Nami for the entire rest of the game. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I was afraid of this choose your own adventure Saladongs. This is way better. There was a big stretch of yellow flowers. You see, Saladongs, have you played this? You either played this or watched a playthrough, but you know what's up. It could be Lobster, fucking Siren. This is the game that inspired Siren, so it wouldn't surprise me. Because he seems to have memories of it. There was a big stretch of yellow flowers beside the road that had long, thin stems and elliptical leaves. They go by a few names. Hyper Comes, St. John's Wort, and OTOGIRISOU. Spelled out, that's brother cut flowers. OTOGIRISOU. Yeah. There's a weird story about those flowers. I thought I'd tell it to Nami to make the drive a little interesting, so... It's all completely different. We never got a third choice. I went with the gory version. I decided to make it a little spooky. I figured I could embellish the story. Let's hear the gory version. Let's hear the gory version. This is insane. The story happened back in the Heian area, somewhere between the years 794 and 1185. I began to tell the story. There were these two brothers, falconers. Their family had a special medicine for falcons. They passed it down in their family for years. But the younger brother leaped with the secret to some girl he had fallen... The younger brother leaked the secret to some girl he'd fallen in love with. When the other brother found out, he went out to get revenge with a huge blade in hand. Wait, why'd he bring a blade? Nami looked upset. Oh, it was unusually large, too. Parts of it were stained black with blood. He brought it with him to where his brother was. I don't need to hear how this story ends, Nami said, covering her ears. I ignored her and continued. Oh, the sounds are dead. The sounds are dead. The sounds are dead. I'll turn them back on. Give me a second. Okay, give it a second. Okay. There we go. Let's give it let's give it an actual test.
Who's to help me find the alpha ozone forming? And now it's gone.
Heavy machine gun.
Okay, it works. It works. I was wondering why it was so peaceful in chat. The younger brother was with his girlfriend when he found them. The older brother grabbed him by the hair and pulled him to the ground, then brought down that long, dull black blade as hard as he could. No! The blood sprayed from his brother's neck as his head rolled off. The older brother then let out a scream, and seeing the girl about to run, he plunged the blade down into her chest. What? Stop it, Nami. The spray of blood landed on the hypercum flowers, which inspired their name, OTOGIRISOU, the brother-cut flowers.
Fatality.
You wanted her to hear herself? What? How does she? How does Sweet Pea? Nami breathed out and then glared at me. Enough already. You're such a creep. The sun had set before I'd noticed, and the sky was getting darker. Not only that, the rain clouds seemed to be getting worse. Then a thought crossed my mind. If we were riding in a convertible, we'd be soaking wet right now. Nami, I know you're gonna try to get revenge on me for telling you a weird story. I'm gonna go with A. I'm gonna go with A. I'm an idiot. Nami looked around, mystified. I don't remember seeing this sort of scenery before, Nami. It was true. The scenery looked totally different compared to when we had driven the past here earlier. She keeps looking around like, what the fuck? I wonder if cats sound different in their heads. She probably thinks it's a different cat. It was true, the scenery looked totally different compared to when we had driven past here earlier. It seemed oddly sinister, like something out of the first scene in a horror movie. Hey, we didn't go down the wrong road, did we? Nami looked at me unsure. We'll be fine, trust me, we'll manage somehow. The rain made it hard to see where we're going. We'll be fine! We'll be fine. You always were the reckless type. Look out! It happened so suddenly. A car just came out of nowhere. The mountain road was small and there wasn't enough room for 2 cars on it. Ah! Nami! I stepped on the brakes as hard as I could, but my feet felt no resistance. It was like stepping on the air. There was no response. Oh shit! The brakes don't work! Ah! We're gonna crash! Then I veered off into the darkness, turned the car to drive into the grass, tried bumping into the trees on the side of the road to stop the car. Tried to drive into the grass. I turned the car to drive into the grass. For a second, I saw a woman right in front of me. I just hit somebody! I stopped the car. In a panic, I jumped out and checked the area in front of the car. I looked all over, but all I could see were fields of hypercums. I couldn't find anyone around. What's going on here? What happened? Nami got out of the car too. There was a woman standing here. You saw her too, right, Nami? No, I didn't see anyone. Are you sure it wasn't your imagination? No way. I'm sure she was there. She was wearing white clothes, seemed like she was spacing out. She kind of looked like you, Nami. Don't say that. You make it sound like I seem creepy. Nami forced a smile. More importantly, why didn't the brakes work? Right? I was still too curious about that woman, so I got out of the car. I figured the girl I'd just seen might have been a ghost. I mean, I guess she would be, wouldn't she? I don't think either of these girls are alive. Maybe the sister might be. I figured the girl I'd just seen might have been a ghost. Oh, jump scared us. Nami covered her ears and squatted down. I gasped and watched the giant tree fall. The cedar tree had split in 2. It was smoldering, pushing back black smoke up into the air. Below it, my car had been smashed, beyond repair. How? It's as flat as a pancake, huh? Well, at least we're both alive. We should get going. We can't just stand around here after all. We fished out a bag with an extra set of clothes we packed and a flashlight. Started walking to what seemed like the light of a house. Hey, what if it's not a house? Nami seemed really scared. Maybe the lightning really shocked her. So... My legs were also paralyzed with fear. There's another choice. We could take her hand again. We could quicken our pace. What if we take her hand again? Is it gonna tell us the same thing? Hoping to calm Nami down, I took her hand. Ah, no! She was acting like I groped her. Or something. Hey, Nami. Oh, sorry. Your face looked like some kind of dried up mummy for a second there. Okay, so it is the same now. So that was the same. Huh? A mummy? Ah! Nami came over and clung to me. The rain's getting worse. Let's pick up the pace. Nami and I had both said the same thing at the same time. There was a line of nothing but hypericums. Yeah, they look almost like a path that was leading us toward the light. That's when I said, maybe we shouldn't go. Let's go check it out. Let's make the same mistakes. We continued walking. Suddenly, Nami stopped dead in her tracks. Nami. She was silently pointing at something. Ooh, this is new. There's new things happening. Okay, the house. There's house. We're gonna eagerly go to the house now. It was an old mansion. Not only were the lights on in one of the windows, the whole building seemed to glow with a blue, otherworldly light. Yeah, true. I mean, there could have been. There could have been polyethylene. Could you imagine that? If it just decided to, like, have a whole other place, like some tower or something? That building. It almost looks like it's glowing. It does, doesn't it? I could feel a chill down my spine. I was getting goosebumps. Are we going in there anyway? When Nami asked me that. Yeah, we're not gonna leave this time. I decided to act like a tough guy. There are so many more choices now. Gonna act like a tough guy. I decided to act like a tough guy. I'm here with you. I'm a tough guy. I put my hand around Nami's waist. At that moment, my body got pushed away from Nami. I spun around and hit the ground. Ow! Sorry. I only just started practicing that move and didn't think I'd execute it so flawlessly. I had no idea that Nami had been practicing self-defense techniques. I'm your boyfriend! Are they even in a relationship? Are Japanese relationships just this? Are they like in like a constant state of will they, won't they in real life too, or is it just a book thing? I hope it's a book thing. I had no idea that Nami had been practicing self-defense techniques. Then okay, tough guy was not the way to go, but it was funny. Oh, it could be. Trying to hide how bashful I felt, I scratched my head as I passed through the gate. I rubbed my sore butt as I passed through the gate. Yeah, it feels more like they're in a situationship. But she's his girlfriend. I don't know how this relationship, it seems complicated. Raging loop. Choices are locked until you reach bad ends at the end of a route, then the choices. Oh, that's kind of sick. Definitely inspired by this. There's also Yuno, which is a hentai game, but apparently it has a huge, like, branching path thing going on. It also has a really fucking sick intro. The intro of Yuno is really awesome. Some tie into your last playthrough, like overhearing actions you took. It seems like Baron Redwing. We'll find out. Oh, easily. In fact, you could even use the phone buttons. This is the only control you have, is selecting options. You could definitely play this on your phone. I rubbed my sore butt as I passed through the gate. Trying to hide how bashful I felt, I scratched my head as I passed through the gate. Yeah, save face. Trying to hide how bashful I felt, I scratched at my head as I passed through the gate. Nami and I walked into the sea of hypercum. I'm gonna call them hypercums. It's like we're walking through a hypercum garden. The brick road leading to the mansion was hard to walk because it was so bumpy. I feel like I'm stepping on something. Light it up so I can see. I shine the light down at our feet. Ah! There were animal bones scattered all over the ground, scattered everywhere, so I didn't know what was what, but it looked like they were the bones of cats, dogs, and mice. And then I said, let's go back. I'm starting to like this mansion less and less. This isn't a cemetery, is it? Jerk was censored? It wasn't censored for me. No, it's not. It's not for me. I don't know about everybody else. Yeah, you don't even need a controller. You could just basically hit spacebar and shift. Yeah, jerk it. Jerk is not censored. You're good. Fingerprints get me crazy while gaming, so you always use a controller. I hear you. I hear you. You could easily use a controller on this. Now, Viagra weirdly was censored, and I don't know why. Anyway, we're not gonna run from the mansion. I'm gonna put cemetery down. This isn't a cemetery, is it? We kept walking. Wait. Several meters from the entrance, Nami stopped. Look at the shadow of that tree. Someone's there. Where? I shone the flashlight over. The light reached over like a long arm to light up the shadow of the tree. No one's there. Then I moved the light up. Ah! It looked like a brown, severed head that had been stuck on a branch. It was all wrinkled up with rough skin that was striped and speckled. You've got to be kidding me. I laughed. What? Look at it. It's a wasp nest. They're poisonous and powerful insects, though. I mean, they have, like, a little bit of it. They're not that bad. They still hurt like fuck. Some people have even been killed by these things. These are big wasps. Let's go. Just then the nest started to tremble and a swarm of wasps suddenly came flying out of the nest. Run, Nami! We had nowhere to run but into the mansion. I tried to shield Nami from the wasps as we ran. That's more heroic. We're gonna go big hero guy this time. We're gonna be big hero guy. I hope this doesn't mean using Nami as a shield. No, I'm shielding her from the wasps. I tried to shield Nami from the wasps as we ran. We knocked on the heavy door at the entrance. Hello? Sorry, we let ourselves through the gate. There was no reply. I pushed and pulled on the door, but it didn't do any good. The window, Nami. We ran to the window on the side and I slammed the flashlight into it. That made so much more sense! I am so much cooler in this run! He just punched the glass like an idiot last time and hurt himself. Nami quickly stuck her hand through and unlocked it. Thank goodness that worked. Anyway, our first priority was to get in, so we went through the window. We broke the window. We should apologize for that together. Looking around, we were in a very spacious entrance hall. It's definitely going way faster. Hello? Is anybody home? We shouted several times, nice and loud, but the only replies we got were our echoes. That's weird. They have the lights on, but they're not here. They must have forgotten to turn the lights off, I guess. There was a huge glass tank in the center of the room, and it was filled to the brim with murky water. It was a giant aquarium. The slight movement of the moss that stuck to the sides was kind of creepy, but the water was stagnant. There was a huge clock in the room, and a large leather sofa. I feel like I've seen this room somewhere before, Nami said as she walked in front of me. What's great is that you don't know if she's talking about last playthrough or her childhood now. There was a suit of armor with a dull silver gleam set beside the... Yeah, we never got really attacked by the suit of armor, did we? I walked over to it. I was hoping to touch it until Nami, who had been looking at the aquarium, called out to me. Well, Obese Lobster, remember, this is the confusing run because both characters are named Nami. Every time Nami is talked about in the third person, that's actually the girl. So she subconsciously remembered the previous loop. Or she was thinking about her childhood. Yeah, remember, there's 2 Namis in this game. So keep that in mind. I walked over to it. I was hoping to touch it until Nami, who'd been looking out at the aquarium, called out to me. The chances of it being Nami again were insanely low. I'm not actually mad. I'm not actually mad. Because look at how many names were on the list, and it just happened to land on... It just happened to land on Nami. Oh, you're right! Oh, that could be Lobster. That might actually be... You're onto something there. The water. The formerly stagnant... I'm totally not really mad about it. The formerly stagnant water swirled and rocked. And something that clearly wasn't mud or moss peeked out from behind the glass. Whoa! Hey, did you see what that was? I can only wonder. I looked all around the aquarium trying to figure out what sort of creature it was. I can only wonder. Curious, I stepped closer. That sounds stupid. This seems way more logical. This one might be... This one might be too protective. This feels a little overprotective. Let's go with C. I looked around the aquarium. There we go. I looked all around the aquarium trying to figure out what sort of creature it was. There was a ladder on the other side of the aquarium. They must have put this here so they could drop in some food. I'm gonna try climbing up to the top. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Nami tried to stop me. I have a feeling something bad will happen if you do. To be honest, I felt the same way, but it was too late. No backing down. I'll be fine. Just wait right there. I climbed up the ladder. Huh? The dirty water in the aquarium started moving slowly, forming a clockwise spiral. Uh-oh. Hey, come down from there, hurry! The spiral started spinning faster and faster. Eventually, something rose up to the surface. Whoa. It was a corpse of some kind of animal. Is something the matter up there? I suddenly felt dizzy. I climbed down the ladder. A dog or a cat or something was in there. I just saw Uzumaki episode 2. I'm gonna be sick. The first episode was so good. What the hell happened? No way. I'm serious. And this thing is... It didn't have a head. Nami looked disgusted. What's that sound? It's coming from the second floor. Oh, somebody must be there now. If there's one thing this game needed, and I know it's a sound novel and not a visual novel, so it's wanting to rely on sound design and you know, written words. But man, a quick shot of the headless corpse floating in the aquarium would have been really cool there. Right? I feel like this game just needed a little more... It didn't have to be long shots. But just some pixel art here and there would be really nice. Yeah, I know. Wasn't that confirmed, Obese Lobster? I remember having that theory myself. I figured there was a miscommunication between the producers and the team. And the producers gave them a budget, and the team thought it was a per episode budget, when really it was for all 4 episodes. So they poured all of the budget money they received. Yeah, it seemed like gross mismanagement. More graphics is what this game really needs to be, like, perfect. I do like what they're doing, though. And this is a sound novel. It's more about sound design. But man, I love pixel art, guys. Yeah, and then there is, yeah, exactly. There was like a fucking burn salve tube. Like, they took the time to draw a tube of burn salve. But not like a bony corpse floating in green water. Anyway, Nami looked disgusted. What's that sound? It's coming from the second floor. Somebody must be there now. Yeah, let's go. Oh, my jaw dropped. The suit of armor. Quickly! Quickly, Nami! The suit of armor, it's gone! Oh! While we were screwing around with the aquarium, the suit of armor had disappeared without so much as a sound. Well, anyway, let's go check out the second floor, I said, my voice trembling. We walked slowly up the stairs. Nami grabbed hold of my arm with an eek. What's the matter? We're being watched. Panicked, I made sure my hair looked perfect. In times like these, a guy has to make sure the girl he likes isn't afraid. Terrified, I raced up the stairs. Panicked. Oh, someone's here? All right, I'm ready. Fuck. In times, we're gonna go tough guy. We're gonna go tough guy, good boy. We're gonna go the good boyfriend route this time. We went bad boyfriend. We're gonna go good boyfriend. I'm gonna be the good boyfriend now. In times like these, a guy has to make sure the girl he likes isn't afraid. I wouldn't be so sure. I don't particularly feel like we're being watched. Well, you're not exactly the sharpest guy around, Nami. I didn't expect him to, like, do that. I figured he would say something cool. Why didn't he say something cool? I'd be like, well, whatever it is, I'm gonna kick his ass, Nami. Don't worry about it. Like, come on, dude. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I can feel your love for me, Nami. As a friend, of course. He got friend-zoned. That hurts. That hurts. Alright. We're the best friend character now. After going up the stairs, I saw that the hallway veered to both left and right. From what I could see, there weren't... All he had to say was, don't worry, Nami, I'll kick his ass. But no. I should have done my hair. She would have thought that was hot. I guess Nami's gonna have to die this run. I don't... Either that or she was... No, she was fucking with him. I think she was making fun of him. I can feel your love for me. And then she goes, as a friend. She was fucking with him because apparently they're established girlfriends. She did break up with him in the last playthrough. Or Naomi did. Okay, she has to die. She has to die. Of course. We'll dump her and go with Naomi. Or the mummy. Mummy. After going up the stairs, I saw that the hallway veered to both the left and the right. From what I could see, there weren't many doors lining the halls, so it gave me some idea of how big the rooms were. Which one, then? Let's start from here. We started walking over. The doors were all closed. I think it was supposed to be banter, though. I think it was banter, sugars. The doors were all closed, but there was one door at the end that was just open a crack. I took a peek inside. It was dark. Is anybody in there? There was no reply. Seems like nobody's here. Yeah. You don't have to shut the door, Nami. I didn't. Surprised, I grabbed the doorknob. See, here he grabs the doorknob instantly. There's no choice there. He just grabbed the doorknob, but the door wouldn't budge. Did we just get shut in here? The door was unlocked last time, too. Look, a light. As my eyes became accustomed to the darkness, I could feel there was a very dim light in the room. Nami gripped my hand. We went further in. A thick curtain had been drawn shut. The floor stand illuminated the two tables, but other than that, all I could see was darkness. When I approached the round table, I found a thin book, a diary. I reached out to pick up the diary, but then... Wait! Nami pulled my arm away strongly. Something's here. And that's when I concentrated my eyes and ears on the darkness. Took a deep breath to calm down and looked up at the ceiling. Oh, so he wouldn't look at what it was. No, we're gonna be cool. We're gonna continue being cool. Even though it's been nothing but bad so far. I can hear something. This is what I mean about the sound design. And that's really all it is. The sound design really isn't that insane. It seemed like something was sneaking through the hallway. Footsteps. Nami's voice sounded shrill and excited. It's gotta be something else. I've never heard footsteps like that before. I stared at the door in the darkness and then... the door slowly opened. Was something going to pop up through the doorway? I held my breath for what seemed like way too long, but nothing appeared. Ah! Nami screamed out of the blue. I could see inside because of the light in the hallway. When I turned around, I saw a woman next to Nami. Ah, it's the mummy! I felt like all of the blood had drained out of my body. Mummy! It was sitting in a wheelchair. It had been too dark to see it up until now. The mummy would treat us right. She's actually a real fox in the sheets. Just keep the lights off. It's good. It's amazing. Bring any liquid you can find. It was sitting in a wheelchair. It was sitting in a wheelchair. It had been too dark to see it up until now. What I thought had been a cloth-covered table was actually a mummy's knees. The diary placed upon her lap. Let's get out of here. I was so worked up that I stumbled over my own legs. That's when I heard footsteps. Run for it, Nami! I practically fell down the stairs. It's still coming after us. And then, my whole field of vision went black. Nami! The power went out. The power went... Okay, it's back on. The power went out. I couldn't make any hasty moves now. Nami, we need to get some light in here. Quick! I was sure I brought my flashlight with me. Thought about getting a candle from above the fireplace. Thought she should try to find a light source herself instead of asking me. That's bad boyfriend stuff. I think neutral boyfriend's probably the best route. Candle, maybe? We could do the candle. I thought about getting a candle from above the fireplace. There's a candlestick holder above the fireplace. I'll go get that. I'll go with you. Wait, I can't see anything. Let me hold on to you. What do you... Oh, wait. Okay. What do you think you're grabbing there? Oh, yuck. Don't worry. It's just my thumb. Okay, so she grabbed him in the dark, and it happened to be his thumb, and he acted like it was his dick. Good shit. We continued into the darkness. There it is. I moved my hands over it to make sure. There were 3 long candlesticks on it, and I lit one of them with my lighter. Whoa. Yeah, way more sensible, a lot less goofy than last run. I was shocked at what I saw. The candle spouted out as a fire like a burner. What kind of candle is this? I beat out the fire. What now? There are 2 other candles you could try. It's like a fucking birthday trick candle. Second one was an ordinary flame. Nami looked very upset. Hey, there's the flashlight. Let's use that then. Nami, do you think what we saw really was a mummy? Huh? What makes you say that? A mummy. A missing suit of armor. Strange noises and a weird presence. Ruh-roh! It's all kind of hard to believe. I said exactly what I was thinking. Could all this be part of some elaborate prank? Maybe the owner of this place gets a kick out of screwing around with anybody unlucky enough to wander in here lost. No, I don't think Al Lowe actually wrote this, Shy. Alright, I don't think Al Lowe wrote this. Oh, is that what you call it? That would have been a great one. Just her saying, oh, is that what you call it? Your phone screen went black and back to the lock screen randomly? Oh, did it really, Baron? That's freaky. I did turn on my, I've got like, nested scenes that are just black. And, I just switched to one of those. But that's crazy, though. That's wild. Could this all be part of some elaborate prank? Maybe the owner of this place gets a kick out of screwing around, phone's haunted, with anybody unlucky enough to wander in here lost. Yeah, it's a little too bizarre to be true, huh? I'm gonna look for that mummy again. What? I didn't get a good look at it last time. I need to see whether or not it's real. Yeah, you're right. And at that moment, there was a barely audible sound. Can you hear it, chat? I think they're lying. I don't think there's a sound. Huh? What was that? I tried shining the light in the direction the sound had come from. It was a little kitten! It was a black cat with a bell tied to it. Here, kitty kitty! Nami picked up the cat after it walked up to her and started petting it. Well, I'll get going. You can wait here, Nami. No, I'm taking this kitty with us. The light seemed to be going out. We climbed up the stairs, lit only by the flashlight's dim light. Nami took well to the cat. I had no intention of petting the cat. I tried to pet the cat too. Nah, I'm not gonna fuck up the moment. I'm not gonna ruin the moment. She can pet the cat. Ah, pet cat. We'll pet the cat. I'll pet the cat. I tried to pet the cat too, but it didn't like me much and it ran off. When I opened the door, the lights were on and both the wheelchair and the mummy were gone. Oh, Nami had spotted the diary which had fallen on the floor. When I picked up the old leather-bound diary, I noticed how thick and heavy it was. Yeah, that's gonna lock us into a bad end. Flipping through to the end, I saw that the last page was dated 6 years ago. And there was blood on it. There were drops of bright red blood on that page from 6 years ago. Only the ink is dry, the blood is fresh. What's the meaning of this? I've always been disgusted by blood, so the sight of it made me feel dizzy. Something must have happened here. Let's leave. Well, what I mean to say is, this is... Run, Nami! It's so dumb. Something must have happened here. Let's leave. Oh, well, here's the cat. It was talking about the cat. It was talking about the cat. This is what it was talking about. That was really confusing before because it would mention the cat. And I thought it was a mistranslation, but no, that was the cat they were talking about. Something must have happened here. Let's leave. Probably the blood of a mouse that cat ate or something. I mean, that would be a more natural reaction. We don't know if anything particularly supernatural's happened yet, except for the mummy. Probably the blood of a mouse the cat ate or something. And two, we haven't done this one yet. What's that sound? Something was approaching the hallway. Could it be that suit of armor that vanished earlier? That's ridiculous. Sound stopped right in front of the door. Oh, the cat! The kitty jumped through the gap in the doorway and went into the hallway. We held our breath as we looked at the door, but we didn't get a sense that anything was about to happen. We took a look through the gap, but we didn't see anyone there. It's strange, isn't it? Hey, this is creeping me out. Let's leave this mansion already. Nami sounded afraid when she said it. I replied, yeah, it sounds like a wise decision. Yeah, that sounds like a wise decision. Yeah, I'm creeped out too, but I get the feeling we're not going to be able to escape from this. Man, this is the first time I've been in such a weird house. It's really fascinating. We'll go with wise decision for now. Because it is. We looked around as we headed down the stairs. We made it back to the entrance hall. However, there are shutters over the windows. There were 2 windows in the entrance hall, but both of them were sealed from the outside by iron shutters. We're leaving. When did those get here? Nami, check the door. I checked the shutters on the window. No good. It's totally sealed shut here. The door won't open either. So you're saying we're trapped in here? No way. No, it couldn't have been intentional. Whoever owns the house probably came back. What should we do? I was confused, and it was hard to come up with any ideas. There's no point getting ourselves all worked up. Let's stay here for now. There's got to be somebody here. Let's go find out where they are. Let's look for a Denwa. Let's look for a phone. Let's look for a phone. There's got to be somebody here. Let's go find out where they are. There's no point getting ourselves all worked up. Let's stay here for now. Let's pretend we don't really know what's going on. I'm just making, like, the most sense, like, what would I do in this situation kind of stuff now. I'm not really playing an asshole character now. Now I'm just thinking, what would I do? No point getting ourselves worked up. Let's look for a phone. You know, just staying here would probably be the best thing. Like, somebody's gonna they'll come to us. They'd come to us. Yeah. Stay put. There's no point getting ourselves all worked up. Let's stay here for now. No way, what are you thinking? You're telling me we're gonna stay in a place this creepy? What other choice do we have? Should we look around? I don't want to do that either. Then what do you want to do? I want to go home. I'm telling you, that's not gonna happen. After I raised my voice at her, Nami cast her gaze down. Don't only think of yourself. Where are you going? That was the wrong decision. Nami turned around and talked deeper into the mansion. I'm sorry I yelled at you. Do whatever you want. Where are you going? Aren't you afraid? Do whatever you want. I'm sorry I yelled at you. Should I throw the Gomenasai at him? At her? No. All of these are shit. All of these are shit. Where are you going? Aren't you afraid? All of these are bad I don't like any of them. I followed Nami into the left hallway. Nami turned around and smiled at me. What are you smiling at me for? Hey, there's a door here. Want to go in? It's getting creepy. She's getting Sam Neill creepy. Nami pointed to a door on the left side of the hallway. Fine, but you're acting really weird right now. Feels like an adventure, doesn't it? Come on. Open the door, squad leader. Egged on by Nami, I grabbed the handle. The moment I opened the door, my nose got hit with the stench of mold. The lights weren't on. I fumbled around, feeling for a switch. Once the lights came on, my eyes were drawn to a large wooden desk. The back of the desk faced the window, and aside from that wall with the window, all of the walls were being used as bookshelves. Looks like a study. I went over to the window and checked whether or not it could be opened, but just like the shutters, it wouldn't even budge. No such luck, huh? I gave up on the idea and looked around the room. It seemed like they haven't used this room in a long time, doesn't it? It smells moldy in here. There was a crystal ball on the table along with tarot cards and a smattering of other tools that a fortune teller might use. Hey, look at that! Nami pointed at the bookshelf. There was a weather-beaten skull stuck between the books. Doing some post-mortem analysis, maybe? Are the people who live here researchers or something? I tried to say it as a joke, but I ended up stuttering over it. Huh. I wonder what sort of books they got here. I tried to hide my embarrassment by reading some of the covers of the books that were lined up on the shelves. Black Magic, the Basics and Applications. Christ and the Fish. Baphomet, Curses and Rituals of Revenge. Whoever owns this place sure has an odd taste in books, huh? Definitely not someone I'd want as a friend. Wouldn't really make for a good acquaintance either. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's search somewhere else, okay? We left the study. I noticed that it kind of does the... Who was known for doing shit like this? The dialogue, the way it's written, you don't really know specifically who's talking sometimes. It's kind of a Cormac McCarthy thing, I'd say. Every now and then, like it won't say who's saying what, but they're both talking, and it doesn't really matter who's saying what. After we walked from the hallway to the entrance hall, Nami spoke up. Hey, is that a phone number under the aquarium? Yeah, it is. It was a black dial-up phone. We can call home from here. Nami couldn't hold back a smile. But could we even get anybody to drive all the way out here? Let's try calling home to find out. Sure. I held the phone up to my ear. All right. Whoa! An iron axe swooped down just in front of my face. When I looked up, I saw that the suit of armor I thought had vanished was suddenly standing next to the aquarium. I approached the suit of armor with caution and lifted the helmet. It was empty. Of course it's empty. Of course it is. Ah! Nami screamed so loud. What's the matter? It cut the cord! The axe just cut the phone's cord. What? I quickly put the phone up to my ear. There was no dial tone. I stupidly tried dialing a number anyway, but the phone was clearly dead. There was no response. It's not gonna work now. There was no point even trying. I hung up the phone and stood back up. Not much we could do about it. We'll have to find another way. You can't be serious. The sound of ringing echoed through the spacious hall. Why? This doesn't make any sense. And then I looked into Nami's eyes. That's the one. I don't want to put it up to my ear because it like froze my ear last time we played this. I looked into Nami's eyes. For a while, the two of us just stared at each other, but in the end, Nami couldn't take it anymore and picked up the phone herself. Damn it. Hello? Nami turned pale. Hello? Nami pulled the phone away from her ear and looked at me as though she was asking me to help her. The mummy. The mummy is laughing. What? I took the phone from Nami. I can't hear anything at all. No way. That can't be. Nami took the phone back and pressed it to her ear. See? You can't hear anything, can you? Oh, I heard something earlier. I heard the squeak of the wheelchair. And after that, some laughter. Another sound had come from the second floor. Nami and I looked at each other. I've had more than enough of this, Nami. I couldn't stop myself from complaining. I guess I'll stick with you to the end, is what I said, as I stood up. That one. It's corny. It's gonna backfire. Guess I'll stick with you to the end. Al, what's the matter? What are you giving me that weird look for? Why'd you do that? Why'd you put that on? Huh? On your head there. Huh? What's on my head? Oh no. Get it off! I plucked a hypercum flower that had been stuck in Nami's hair. Oh, I was looking at her all confused. Phone line's been cut and then the phone rings. It's always a great one because it always shows that there's something wrong happening. There's nothing more wrong than seeing a broken, disconnected item suddenly come to life. Stir of Echoes did that a lot too, like the TV when the ghost was hijacking the TV and like he was trying to turn it off and then he unplugged it and it was still on and getting more fucked. God, that's a good movie. Hyper Icum. That's what it's called. It's called Hyper. They're Hyper-Icums. I plucked out a Hyper-Cum flower that had been stuck in Nami's hair. How long have you had this in your hair? Did you think it looked stylish or something? Nami shook her head. No, I have no idea how it got there either. Weird. Oh, I remember now. What? I remember the meaning of Hyper-Cums. What is it? It's nothing special, really. Tell me. Nah, it's no big deal, seriously. Well, now you've got me curious. It'll scare you, though, Nami. No way, I won't be scared. You will, trust me. If you don't tell me, I'll have to imagine it, and that's even scarier. Fine, I'll tell you. The meaning of Hypericums is revenge. Nami was lost in thought for a second, and then she started smiling again. What, is that all? That's nothing. It doesn't scare me at all. Why not? I've never done anything that'd make anybody want revenge against me. Even if it's not you, Nami. What if it's me? Nami stopped smiling. It's so good, Baron. It's so good. Stir of Echoes is a god-tier ghost story. Really good movie. Definitely very early 2000s movie. Like, it feels very early 2000s, and that's part of what makes it so good. But it has, like, really good, like, the horror segments in it are just excellent. And I think it's, like, PG-13? No, it had to be R. It had to be R-rated because of what went down. It's good. It's good is what it is. That was the theatrical poster? It made a little money. It was a modest success. Is that all? That's nothing. It doesn't scare me at all. Why not? Even if it's not you, Nami, what if it's me? Do you remember doing anything that would make somebody want revenge against you then, Nami? No, not exactly. But you never know what's in somebody else's head, do you? Nami went quiet. I guess I shouldn't have said that. No, she has to know the gravity of the situation. You did say that. No, that was good. Let's go to the second floor, Nami. We should look around for now. We headed to the second floor. Where did that sound come from? Well, whatever. We haven't checked it out. We haven't checked out the left side yet, so... The hallway going to the left on the second floor had doors on the left and right. Nami? Check behind the one on the left. Okay. I opened the door on the right. No choice there. There's a lot of... Like, it kind of changes, like, what choices you have. We were never around here, though. This is all new stuff. I opened the door on the right. Weird perspective, insane perspective going on. The sort of room you might find anywhere. There was a window on the other end of the room, a small desk in the corner, a single bed next to the wall on the right. It had a thick layer of dust on it, like it hadn't been used in a long time. This isn't it. I shut the door. Find anything there, Nami? No, nothing really. Just a bed and a desk. Looks like a guest room. I see. So it must have been the same for both sides. There's a room we still have yet to check over there. I intentionally said this in the most calm and formal tone I could muster and went further down into the hallway. Nami followed me silently. We saw it before, though. Just in case, I took a peek into the room where we met up with the mummy, but as I expected, there was no mummy in there. The diary remained exactly where it had been dropped. 2 more rooms. I opened the door across from the mummy's. Oh, what's the matter? Nami took a peek inside, and when I looked at her, I saw she had a relieved expression on her face. Looks like a girl's room, huh? The curtains, the bed, the wallpaper. Everything was color coordinated in white and light pink. All sorts of decorations and vases had been neatly arranged. I knew someone was here. I felt a little... I knew somebody was here. I felt a little relieved. Somebody lives here for sure, yeah. Should we go in and look around? No, that would be a little... None of the... What would that be like? Yeah, kono wa chotto is what... That would be a little... No, that... Sono wa chotto. And all that really means is... That'd be kind of rude. None of the rooms we'd seen had seemed lived in. You know how Seinfeld would kind of do that? And Seinfeld would be like, nah, that's a little, kind of make that face. Japan does that all the time. Like, that's just Japanese, speech for a lot of things. Not a lot of hard no's in Japan. They'll usually be like, I'm not really, no. They do that a lot. If you're traveling, that's good to know. None of the rooms we'd seen had seemed lived in, which made me feel like some kind of brave explorer, but this room felt a little different somehow. How's it going, Xyloseed? Welcome in. Yeah, none of the rooms looked lived in, except this one. With the opened, dried out lipstick. Right? None of the rooms we'd seen had seemed lived in, which made me feel like some kind of brave explorer, but this room felt different somehow. It suddenly hit me that I was doing something that I knew in my heart wasn't a polite thing to do. We can't go in here when she's not around. I mean, it is a girl's room. Yeah, you're right. But why won't she come out if she's here? Don't tell me she's hiding just to pop up and scare us for a laugh. Alright, what's clear is we haven't met anybody yet. And I still want to give them a piece of my mind, so let's go looking for them for real. Yeah, they're not 100% sure that even the mummy is a real corpse. They do know there's a headless animal in the aquarium, so whoever lives here clearly isn't all there. I shut the door. I wonder if they aren't in here. I stood in front of the next door, but when I turned the doorknob, Nami suddenly grabbed my hand. Huh? Not here. What's wrong with you? What's with that scary look on your face? Hey, let's just stop this. She looked serious. What's with you all of a sudden? Let's just stop, okay? Please. It's like I know something bad will happen here, especially in this room. Just stop here. If only just for this room. Why, though? Why is this one room off limits? It just is. That doesn't make any sense. They might be in here, you know. No, I don't think they are. I'm sure they aren't in here, okay? Let's go already. Let's go back downstairs. She pulled me by the hand. What's the big deal? I just want to take a look in this one last room. I shook off Nami's hand and grabbed the doorknob. There was no choice. There was no choice there. But it wouldn't open. Huh? Is it locked? That knob gives you stinky hands. Now you have stinky hands. See? I told you, we should just stop. Oh, I know what's going on. They screwed around with us and now they're hiding in here. Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? There was no response from behind the door. Upon closer inspection, the four corners of the door had been nailed shut. So this door can't even be opened. Hey, Nami. I'm hungry. Huh? I came out of nowhere. I really am, though. I'm starving. Can we look for something to eat? Let's go to the kitchen. They've got to have something we can eat there. But you're hungry too, right, Nami? We haven't eaten since this afternoon. Well, that's true, but hey, let's go down and find something. Whoever owns this house might be down there too. Sure, I guess. I ended up getting pushed along by Nami. Yeah, she's like quickly changing the subject. After we went down the chairs, she headed forward on her own, walked up to a door and grabbed the knob without any hesitation. Let's hurry in, Nami. Something didn't seem right to me. How did you even know if this was the kitchen, Nami? Nami, don't tell me you knew. This male Nami is way more logical. But it started like, it's all written different. It was changed from the beginning. How do you even know if this is the kitchen, Nami? That's the right answer. Like, that's the one. How do you know? Huh? Now that you mention it. Nami looked at me surprised. I just had a feeling. Like my feet just carried me here. It's weird, isn't it? Either way, let's go inside. It's pitch black in here, but it smells great. This has got to be a dining room. I flipped the switch on the wall. We got forks and we got knives. There was a long table in the center of the room, and on it were plates stacked with food. But the thing is, what happened here? Everything was a total mess. The meat, dishes, sauce had been splattered everywhere. Including over the napkins on the table, which got splotched brown. The fish had been chewed up from head to tail, which had attracted some flies. Knocked over bowls were scattered here and there, causing the soup they once held to drip off the edges of the table. Did that cat do this? Reasonable question. Seems like it, huh? The fruit appeared to be untouched, but was overripe and turning black. I think my camera's lagging a little again. It's been doing it every stream. It's easy to fix. Easy fix. No, it's fine. It wasn't lagging much, but it was lagging a tiny bit. The fruit appeared to be untouched, but it was overripe and turning black. It didn't look appetizing at all. Time to dig in! What should we do, Nami? Maybe there's something in the fridge? Huh? What's wrong? That look on your face is scaring me. That, just now, I looked around. Did you hear that? Hear what? It sounded like a woman shrieking. I didn't hear anything. You didn't just imagine it, did you? No, I'm sure I heard it for real. It came from over there. I approached the window. It was too dark to see outside, but I had a bad feeling about what it might be. Wait, I'll go take a quick look. I stepped away from the window and headed for the exit. Hold on. What are you doing? Something might have happened, and I'm curious to find out. Wait for me. I'm going too. We left the dining room. Hand me your lighter for a second. What are you doing? Nami was holding a candlestick. It was from the dining room table. I felt a little uneasy about not having light of my own. Thank you. Here, you can have your lighter back. Nami held the now lit candlestick, and I gripped my flashlight as we walked slowly down the hall. Hey, did you really hear someone? I could see doubt in Nami's eyes as she looked at me. Yeah, it sounded like, hee! Okay, so we're back in the he scream. It was a long and mournful cry. Creepy. Nami furrowed her brow. But why would they be shrieking like that? Could it be could it be a burglar? A burglar? Yeah, we've read all this. This is all stuff we've read. The hallway veered to the left and continued to the back of the mansion, but the hallway there was tight, and the ceiling was getting lower too. What's more, it felt strangely gloomy. It was like we'd veered off the main road into a back alley. My flashlight lit up a small iron door just ahead. It came from behind that door. There's something creepy about this door, don't you think? Almost like they're conducting some sort of experiments in there. It was like Nami said, the door had been painted clumsily. Yeah, almost all the paint had fallen off, leaving the metal door red with rust. I wonder if it's open. I put my hand on the knob. There's that voice. You heard it this time, didn't you? It's the same as before. Nami stared wide-eyed at me and shook her head in denial. We're going in. I hurled the door open. I got struck in the face by a blast of wind and water. It was the back door, huh? I can't see anything out here. When I shined my flashlight outside, something to the right reflected the light. A greenhouse. Was there shrieking coming from in there? Oh! I love that you could see the rain. That's really sick. I could hear Nami shouting behind me. What happened? The flame went out! Nami held the candlestick in her hand, looking at me reproachfully. Well, of course it would. We're going out in the rain, so what do I do with it? Well, we can't use it out there, so leave it in here. I set the candlestick at my feet and tugged at Nami's hand. Let's go. Hand in hand, we trudged through the mud. Our clothes, which had just started to dry, were soaking wet almost instantly, and our shoes became heavy from all the mud. You think somebody's in there? Nami asked me quietly. I doubt it. What? So we came out here for no reason? I mean, not anyone who's alive anyway. No way. The expression on Nami's face changed instantly. If anybody was in there, they would have seen us shining a flashlight at him. There wasn't any response, so that would mean that they would already have to be. Why do you always have to scare me saying stuff like that? Nami looked at like she was about to cry. We looked through the glass and saw that it was totally dark in there. I shined the flashlight inside. Nami and I both shouted at the same time. Oh! There they are again. Hypercum flowers were inside the greenhouse, so the greenhouse seems to be unavoidable. I'm wondering if it'll go back to the showers. I don't think it will. The small yellow flowers were mixed in with all the other ornamental plants. The greenhouse of revenge, Nami said in a whisper. Don't say it like that. It's creeping me out. What? Look who's talking. We cautiously shined the light in it as we walked around the greenhouse, but we made it to the other side without encountering anything out of the ordinary. Huh. No one was in there after all, were they? I considered going back to the mansion. Let's go back to the mansion. We didn't do this before. We're gonna go back to the mansion. We're gonna go back in. No one was in there after all, were they? I consider going back to the mansion. That's true, yeah. Pretty anticlimactic. And at that moment... Huh? A lot of whats. A lot of whats. When I shined the light at the greenhouse door, I saw it swaying in the wind. I looked over at Nami's face. Her mouth was agape, and she looked at me out of the corner of her eyes. Uh-oh. Alright, I'll race you to the door then. I broke into a run. What gives? That shrieking was just the sound of this door? Nami shouted as if to scold me. This is a race, you know. You better get moving. I paid her no mind and kept running. What? And then she falls on her butt in the mud. So it's the same deal. I started laughing as I reached the door, so this happens no matter what. It's too dark, I can't see anything. At the entrance, I turned around and shined the light over to Nami so she could see. The corner of the light hit the door, and the second I saw it, my smile froze. No, there was no choice this time, was there? He just did it, didn't he? Oh, you made it here first. Nami came over, looked at me, and said, You got that scary expression on your face again, but you're not fooling me this time. I gestured with my head toward the glass door. You can be so dumb, you know, she said, and then she looked over. They really want you to see that graphic, because I imagine that graphic was probably hard to implement. There it was, written on the glass door in big red letters, Nami. The light that reflected off the glass illuminated us as we stood there looking at it in the rain. It's gotta be a coincidence, I said. But I knew deep down that a voice had drawn me here. Even if it actually was a coincidence, why would her name be written here? Nami looked pale as she stood in the rain, dumbfounded. We seem to be, Couch. We seem to be. She said nothing. Her eyes transfixed upon the glass as we swayed back and forth. The door creaked again as the wind blew it. "Let's go back," I said, making it a point to sound cheerful. But Nami didn't respond at all. "Let's go." I tugged at Nami's hand firmly. She didn't budge. "Why? How?" "You're just overthinking it." "Am I?" "It has to be a coincidence. It has to. This is the first time we've ever been here, for one, so someone who was here had the same name as you. So what? And yeah, sure, it's weird for somebody to write their name in a place like that, but if we ask whoever lives here, they'll probably have a funny story about it. I'm sure they would." I talked loudly, without pausing, trying to shout away the fear that I felt inside. Now, this is all different. This is a little bit different. There's a little bit of a difference here. "Yeah," Nami said quietly as she nodded. "We'll catch a cold if we stay out here in the rain like this. Let's head back." I pulled Nami away and kept walking. Maybe not different enough. Maybe that wasn't a little different. Right? Even after we returned to the mansion, Nami looked gloomy. I felt sorry for her. Why did she have to see that? It was all my fault. How could I make her feel better? "Oh, that's it. Hey," I said to her cheerfully. "What? Feel like using the shower?" So the shower scene is still in. You're covered in mud after all. But it's fine. It's fine. I think they might have one over that way. I went on ahead. No, protagonist can't be renamed. There's a save file. So the main character's always Nami, no matter what. Turning right down the hallway, I reached a frosted glass door. This is it. Okay, so now we're doing this. Let me try and, like, speed through it. Just as I thought it was a bathroom. Western-style toilet. Shower on the other side of the door. Now... Now... In the first playthrough, I was being a coward, right? I was playing the coward. And I told Nami to wash her hands first.
Coward.
Which ended up saving her. Because she wasn't strong enough to use the shower. Right? She wasn't strong enough to close the shower completely. If she closed the shower completely, it would have gotten stuck, and she would have burned herself. Right? It was bad. That would have been bad. So what we did was we went to the... Without knowing this, we got Nami to do it first. That way she couldn't close it all the way. And she got out before she did get hurt. So this may kill her, right? This may kill her, or at least fuck her up. This will do what we've already done. I don't know what this does. I think we're going to do this one. This is a new choice that wasn't originally there. I think this is the shower here. We're going to do this one. I think this is the shower here. I opened the door. I got hit with a blast of air. It felt cold. Wow, it's so spacious. Startled, I turned back and looked at Nami. The mirror had been painted red with blood. Nami, that's... Nami's face looked red, reflected in the bloody mirror. Very giallo imagery there. Very Italian horror imagery. I could actually see her face. In my head, I could see her face reflected in the mirror with, like, just, like, the sheen of, like, fake blood all over the mirror. I blinked my eyes and took another look. The mirror looked perfectly normal. How's the shower? Does it seem usable? Yeah. I hurried out, flustered. It's got hot water, too. You should be okay. Anyway, I just wanted to get washed up and out of the mansion. Naturally, I planned to let Nami go in before me. Should we let Nami go in first? This would be the right thing, because she won't get burned. It's all different anyway. Let's go ahead and let her go in. Let's let her go in. She'll get burned otherwise. Let GF in first. There we go. Naturally, I plan to let Nami go in before me. You can go in first, Nami. Is that okay? It's fine. Then, why are you already taking off your clothes? Don't worry about that. You're not even gonna listen to what I have to say? Nami got angry at me. Okay, we'll go in and I'll just see you inside until you've taken off your clothes. Get out right now. Yes, ma'am. Nami asked me to come back with our change of clothes from the entrance hall. I brought them back to the shower. Thanks. I'll be right out after I get clean, okay? I'll be waiting out here dirty as ever. Without any other choice, I passed through the sliding door and left. Nami started taking a bath. Ah, she's naked right now, I thought. She's naked right this minute. She's probably touching her own boobies. Nami screamed. Nami! Nami! I jumped right in. There was a lot of steam in there, and Nami, she was covering her privates with a towel. The water got so hot all of a sudden, it almost burned me. You brought a towel into the shower. You brought a towel into the shower? That's beside the point. She sounded really mad. Somewhere in the world right now is a naked woman. There is a lovely naked woman somewhere right now. Fine, I'll take a look. I walked deeper into the steam with my shoes still on. I tried turning the water off, but the hot water wouldn't stop coming out. And it seemed like it was getting hotter. If it seems dangerous, just leave it alone. I'll go look for the boiler room. If the problem's not there, I wouldn't know how to fix it. Nami, what are you looking at? I knew just where to find the boiler room. I opened the door behind the stairs in the entrance and headed down into the basement. At the end of it was a boiler room. The air was very thick and heavy, and I began to sweat. I was stunned when I saw the temperature meter. The knob was set to 100 degrees Celsius. I turned it back to 42. The pressure gauge was steadily rising, and the safety valve was broken. But it was an accident. But was it an accident? Or did someone break it deliberately? I suddenly started to get worried about Nami. Wait for me, Nami! Nami's okay, I kept telling myself that as I ran. I kept egging myself on to keep running, even though I felt like I was about to collapse. I don't want to collapse. I don't want to collapse. But at the same time... Oh, this is a tricky choice. Why did she bring a towel in the shower? In case he peeked in, probably. In case he peeked. I kept egging myself to keep running, even though I felt like I was about to collapse. Oh, see. That one could be good, but I could fall down. Nami's okay. Telling myself that over and over could be too timid. And I might be there and she's hurt somehow. I'm gonna put my safety last. Yeah, don't panic. True. Don't panic. Good point. Very good point. Nami's okay, I kept telling myself as I ran. Nami. Nami wasn't there. Nami! Damn it. Damn it. I started to panic. I'm panicking, couch! Nami. Nami! What's wrong? What are you shouting for? I was relieved to see Nami there. I was drying my hair. Sorry about that. We have to get out of here right now. A walking suit of armor, vanishing mummy, dangerous boiler tank. If we stay here any longer... No, it's fine. It was exactly what we needed to do. If we stay there any longer, we're gonna get killed. Yeah, I think you're right. Still, I was eager to wash this disgusting stuff off of me. I'd like to take a bath if I could. But I couldn't go in there and leave Nami alone. It'd be dangerous. Yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna stay dirty. I can take a shower when we're home. When we're home, I'll take a shower. I'll shower when I'm dead. Just like real life. But I couldn't go in there and leave Nami alone. It'd be dangerous. I'll be fine. Get in there and get washed up quickly. Didn't matter. This time I was able to control the shower's hot water without any problems. I cleaned myself off as quickly as possible. The shower didn't just get me clean, though. It washed away some of my weariness and fear, too. And it got me thinking, where could the owner of this house have gone? Yeah, we could have just ragged up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We could have done that. But showers are great. It washed away some of my weariness and fear, too, and it got me thinking, where could the owner of this house have gone? What kind of person were they? There was one other thing I was curious about. Every so often, Nami's been acting different. Lately, I had no idea what she was thinking. Maybe it was just me. And then I noticed something, a strange smell, coming from the bathtub. I looked in. Ugh! There wasn't any water in the tub. Just bones and clumps of flesh. It was like they'd all been chewed on by some kind of beast. It's not the hair. The hair is a different thing. There wasn't anything like that in the tub when I was here earlier. I reached over to the sliding door to open it, figuring I could just leave. I tried to be rational. What should I do next? Let's do that one. I feel like rational is the way to go here. I like that. I tried to be rational. What should I do next? Whoa! There was a snake at the bottom of the sliding door. It's a pit viper. Another pit viper came out of the vent. And another. They slithered toward me. There was no way for me to escape. Nami! Hey, Nami! I shouted out to her as loud as I could, but she couldn't respond. She didn't respond. I moved slowly and quietly over to the sliding door. The crooked heads of the pit vipers turned and followed right after me. I could feel sweat running down my armpits. I softly reached for the doorknob. And at that moment, a pit viper jumped! It coiled itself over the handle. At that moment, blue sparks flew through the air and the pit viper's skin got instantly roasted. Oh shit! If I reached for the door handle, I would have been electrocuted! The sliding door was connected to an electrical current. I was naked, wet, and surrounded by pit vipers. There was nowhere to go. I started banging on the wall. Uh-oh. I think I caused an earthquake. The house rumbled and cracks started to run through the tiled ceiling and walls. Then the glass sliding door shattered. Holes had appeared all over the walls. The water sank, draining out all at once. I passed through the hole in the wall to make it into the bathroom. Then the earthquake stopped right on cue. Odd. It was like everything up until this point had never even happened. I gotta cover my weenie.
Well done.
Phantominer is now following. Buckle up.
Phantominer, welcome in. Let the earthquakes watch. How's it going, Grace? Welcome in. Barbecue snake. We got some free food, at least. It was like everything up until this point had never happened. I put on my change of clothes and hurried and rushed out of the bathroom. Nami wasn't there. I had no idea what she could be up to. But that wasn't true. I had an idea. She could have been taken by somebody. How's it going, Phantominer? Welcome on in. Nami! Nami! I screamed. I'm here! Answer me! If you can't say anything, at least make a noise. I'll come right over. That's a very smart answer. That's a very smart thing to say. Maybe she has no choice but to keep quiet right now. What should I do? No, see sounds more like... Yeah. If you can't say anything, at least just make a noise. I'll come right over. I could hear a sound on the second floor, so I ran that way. Perfect. Just when I made it halfway up the stairs, an axe swung down. I knew I'd seen it before. The axe held by the suit of armor. When I looked up, I saw the figure of a person ducking away into the second floor hallway to hide. You ate good food? Big food? I had some big food today. Nami? I'm certain it was Nami. She made a big impression when that white dress. Wait,
She's like a
white
majestic
dress?
Dolphin. Look
I
at
was
her.
confused. Nami didn't have a white dress. Nami? I raced up the stairs, but I didn't see anyone there. Oh, you didn't eat good food? Hopefully it was big food. But I didn't see anyone there. I had my doubts. Why would Nami throw an axe down at me? I figured that couldn't have been Nami just now. That's a good one, because it wasn't. It wasn't. We already know who this is. Oh! The suit! There we go. I figured that couldn't have been Nami just now. The suit of armor appeared out of nowhere. Ah! I fell smack down on my butt. That's when the suit of armor drew a sword. I was as good as dead. And then it tripped. That clumsy oaf. After it lost its balance, the armor left itself wide open. Take this! I tackled it as hard as I could, and it fell easily, putting up no resistance whatsoever. The sword cast down with a thud. The armor didn't move anymore. The quake came to a stop, as if it had been waiting for this moment. Another earthquake saved me. I approached the suit of armor and flung the helmet open. Nami. Before my eyes, of all people, was Nami. She was there, unconscious. But why? I looked around, but didn't see anyone else. Was this really Nami? Nami! Nami! I shook the suit of armor that Nami was wearing, and she opened her eyes. Nami! What was I doing? She seemed to have no idea what was going on here. Now, for those just walking in, remember, we did the wheel roll for the name. And, the main character's name ended up being Nami, after, aside from, like, all these other names. Nami also happens to be the girlfriend's name, so they're gonna be calling each other the same name, and it's very confusing. It's never Beppa's. I did Phantom Miner. I did get partnered this year. A little while back. I don't exactly remember when. I guess it'll tell me. Partnerversary will pop up. I could look it up, but actually, you know what? I will look it up. I should remember when my partner day is. I can find it pretty easy. Well, maybe it was. No, it definitely wasn't August. Or was it? Wait, did I must have put it in announcements. I know I stickied it. I did. It was on June 5th. It was back on June 5th when I got partnered. So June, July, August, September, October. So 4 months now. 4 months being a partner. I hear you, polyethylene. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, being partner is what brought me back. I did do 720/30 until I became partner, and then I switched it back up to 1080/60. It wasn't derailed. It's not derailed. I always derail the stream. It's fine. Nami! Nami! I shook the suit of armor. Nami, what was I doing? She seemed to have no idea what was going on. What is this? I can't move. Help me! How did you even put this thing on? I started taking off the suit of armor, starting with the feet. It felt strange, like I was taking off her clothes. Why was I wearing the suit of armor? You don't remember? I remember waiting for you to come out of the shower, and then there was this really nice fragrance in the air. I don't have eyes. I have never I've never lied to anyone and said I had eyes. Where we're going, we don't need eyes to see. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if, like, there were no eyes there just then? That would have been fucking creepy. Even for me. I remember waiting for you to come out of the shower, and then there was this really nice fragrance in the air. After that, I started to feel sleepy, and I don't remember anything after that. And when you came to, you were wearing a suit of armor, huh? Yeah. Somebody took control of Nami, and they tried to use her to kill me. I said, there's some sort of demonic force in this mansion. Let's get out of here right now. Yeah, that's a good we're leaving moment. I don't even know how I could do that. I wouldn't be able to see is the thing. Like, I would love to have, like stitched over crap over my eyes that's, like, fake. But I wouldn't be able to see out of them. Oh, God. Oh, you mean those, like, total I don't even like regular contacts in my eyes. I don't need to see. You're right. You're right. I can play these games with my eyes closed. Would be true committal, wouldn't it? There's some sort of demonic force in this mansion. Let's get out of here right now. This armor's got to have some sort of mechanism inside of it. Let's examine it closer. Macaw 45! Holy shit! Oh my god, we are just in the middle of an important choice in OTOGIRISOU. Big shout out. If you can see this, if you can't, here's another shout out. How you been, Macaw? What you been doing? GG on Ghoul Patrol, not only beating it, but proving it was better than Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I always thought Zombies Ate My Neighbors was kind of shit. I had that instinct. It's great for 5 stages, and then it goes right downhill. What you been playing today, Macaw? The choice to have eyes or not. Right now, what we're playing is OTOGIRISOU, and it's going to be tricky because you can name your main character, and a big, fun guy in chat named him Nami. The main character's name is Nami, which also happens to be the girlfriend's name. So we have 2 characters named Nami, and they're talking to each other back and forth, and the dialogue's already kind of Cormac McCarthy is kind of a little bit confusing where you don't quite know who's talking to who. I'll try to recap the story. We're a couple, Nami and his girlfriend Nami, whose car wrecked in different ways because this game is very fucking interesting. Their car breaks down and they end up getting led into this evil mansion, and now evil things are happening. They're trying to figure out what's going on. There also seems to be a girl that looks just like Nami, the girlfriend, who's sneaking around. It's really good. A GBA Sentai game. Nice. Hopefully it was a good one. The Lords. Oh, games from the Lords at Winkysoft. I've heard good things about Winkysoft. Well, get on in here, guys. What happened just now is Nami, the girlfriend, tried to kill Nami, the boyfriend, and she was stuffed in a suit of armor. And he's concluded that she was hypnotized or possessed somehow to get into the suit of armor. And now we have a choice between there's some sort of demonic force in the mansion, let's get out of here right now, and this armor's got to have some sort of mechanism inside of it, let's examine it closer. I'm kind of curious. I know we're not going to just get out. Let's do that. Let's examine it closer. This armor's got to have some sort of mech inside it. Mechanism. It's a mech! Mechanism inside. Let's examine it closer. We looked through everything, but we couldn't find anything that seemed out of place. William to me, thank you for the follow. Hey, do you think this is the same suit of armor that vanished? Let's head to the entrance hall to check. Huh? There were strange marks carved into the wall. Were these here before? There is some light supernatural shit with this. OTOGIRISOU is a very fascinating game. It was one of the early sound novels by Chunsoft, which is known for its horror visual novels, right? It's mostly known for a game that is officially in the US called Banshee's Last Cry. And you've probably seen this game. Let me pull it up. You've probably seen, it's also known as Night of the Sickle. Some people call it Night of the Sickle Weasel. But it's like a cursed sound novel. This is what the remake looks like. The remake looks like shit. The remake looks like absolute generic anime shit. But then you look at the actual gameplay. The game actually looks like this. The game actually looks like this. It's the game with all the vague, kind of silhouette characters. They used a lot of photographs from a hotel that they filmed in. They took a bunch of pictures in a hotel. They did these, like, vague silhouette characters, and it was this big slasher murder mystery. This game, OTOGIRISOU, they made before that. This was, like, I think the first game in their series. Or at least one of them. Definitely the first in the horror genre. And if not the first, then very close to it. And it came out, and Sickle Weasel was, like, really popular. It had, like, 2 games. It had, like, 3 games, actually. There was a trilogy. There was a really shit remake that looked like this. Most importantly, though, they did something very special. They did something very special very recently, too. Very recently. Right? They did a collaboration. A very important collaboration. With Street Fighter 6. For some fucking reason. Yes, Chunsoft is also known for Mystery Dungeon. Thank you, my name is Pan for the follow. This was William to me, thank you for the follow. The reason is because Night of the Sickle Weasel actually does have an American version as long as you have an iOS phone and don't mind a really shit translation. But yeah, they just did a collaboration because of Chunsoft's like 25th birthday or something. Let's see what the comments have to say. This is definitely the weirdest Street Fighter game. The Streaks have said that would be in the lower tiers of a Street Fighter knowledge iceberg. Give free stuff that we never use. Yeah, people mostly don't know what the hell this is. The collab that all of Japan will understand and all of 7 people outside it will vaguely recognize. I'm one of the 7, guys. I'm one of the 7. And I'm playing a Chunsoft game. OTOGIRISOU was adapted into a radio drama in '92 and a film in 2001. It was polyethylene. Chunsoft's sound novels is what they're called, where they're not so focused on pixel art so much. Although they should have been. I feel like this would have been better with a little more pixel art. Some of the graphic sequences are just described, but mostly sound novels were built on sound design and writing. And they kind of took a backseat, they kind of gave a backseat to graphics. For maximum visual, basically for maximum novel immersion, is what the plan was. It's Ryu from Haunted Streets. Anyway, there were strange marks carved into the wall. Were these here before? Looks like they were comparing heights. You're right. There are names here. I could hear Nami gasp. This is my name. It's my name too! On the wall, someone who I assume was their mother had carved Nami and Naomi in very girlish letters. So the story is always the same. For those who don't know, and I won't spoil things, this is our second playthrough. This game has like 10 endings. And it seems that there are new game pluses where the story is subtly changing with each playthrough. And we're on playthrough number 2 now. Like, choices have immediately changed when I started New Game Plus. What a coincidence. A couple of girls named Nami and Naomi used to live here. Nami stared intently at the wall. Something seemed off. What's wrong, Nami? Nothing. Judging by the look on her face, it wasn't nothing. I'm telling you, it's a coincidence. I couldn't help but be curious what Nami was thinking. Figured it was more important that we get out of here anyway. I figured if she says it's nothing, then so be it. So either respect her business, wonder about her business, or ignore the business. Wonder about her business. Wonder about it. There we go. I'm also writing down my choices in case I have to do them again. That way I'll make different ones each time. I couldn't help but be curious about what Nami was thinking. We headed out through the back. Hold on. There's a garage over there. Do you think maybe we headed over? There's a car! Let's use it to get out of here. Huh? Use it? You mean steal it? For those who don't know, I also have a big soundboard. Oh wait, is it just steal it?
I'll steal it!
There it is.
No one will ever know!
Here's the new sounds, for those who are interested. No honk. No, I mean borrow it. We'll have it sent back to them right away. Can we even get it running, though? We'll never know unless we try. I wouldn't call it a luxurious car. It looks pretty luxurious to me. It looks awesome.
That's a penis.
It doesn't look like a penis, Brokeback. Welcome in. It might not be a classic, but if it runs, it runs.
Ooh, nice organ.
The door's open, and look. They left the key in the ignition. It's got some gas in it, too. I could smell mold when I sat down in the driver's seat. Oh, shit. Please turn over. Turn on! I could only pray that it would. Alright, get in, Nami. Nami got into the car. We'll go as far as we can. Off we go. Okay, off we go. But just as I thought Nami would give a cry of joy, she shrieked in terror and flew out of the car. Nami, what's wrong? Flustered, I chased after Nami. Nami was standing out on the terrace by a window. Nami, I don't want to ride in that car. Why not? We can't. I'll just get in an accident again, like I did back then. I'd never seen Nami act like this. Wait a minute, Nami. When was this accident that you're talking about? I remembered it now. It happened when I was 3 or 4. Mom was driving, and there was a loud noise, and we got flung out into the darkness. I heard somebody saying something to me. They said, "It hurts, Nami. It hurts." It sounded like a kid's voice. It's the first time you've ever told me about that. And that story doesn't make any sense either. Your mom can't even drive a car, right? Oh. Nami looked dejected. Yeah. You're right. Mom's never had a driver's license. But why do I have this memory? I'm sure I was driving with Mom. I was with my sister and my little brother, too. Little brother? She had a brother also? I didn't know about the brother. She definitely didn't have a brother before. Get it together, Nami. You're an only child, aren't you? Yeah, but then who are these kids that I remember? And Mom? I don't even know anymore. Nami lowered her head. She has a brother now. She didn't have a brother in the first playthrough. In any case, let's get in the car. Who knows what'll happen if we stick around here? Nami nodded back at me like a child. Okay, I'll go with you. Looking into the window, I saw Nami reflected in the glass, looking exhausted. Are you that fed up with me? And right as I said that, Nami disappeared from the glass. Who was that just now? Calm down, Nami. I don't know who that was, and I don't care. We're taking this car, and we're getting out of here, now. The blood drained from Nami's face. Oh, I remember now. This car is the same one we had an accident in. Mom was driving it. Nami, calm down. Nami. I lived here in this house. I stared at Nami, dumbstruck. What on earth was she talking about? I was born here. I retired, Schloop. It just hurt too much. Welcome in, Zodiac. I was born here. I have a sister. That's right. Her name is Naomi. Cut it out, Nami. Somebody's giving you a phony memory. Put those... Somebody's giving you fake memories. Shut up. You've been possessed. You're wrong. You're wrong, Nami. Again. Chat named the main character Nami. I had no idea that her name was also going to be Nami, so you're going to hear a lot of them calling each other Nami. Yes, I had the stupid sloop sound. I had to get rid of it. It is buried in Wildcard, though. You could try Wildcard and get lucky and get it. Those fake memory dealers.
Hey, get out, Jimmy.
Isn't that the plot of, Isn't that the plot of that one? Oh, what was that one? Ralph Fiennes, there's this Ralph Fiennes movie, Strange Days. Isn't that the plot of Strange Days?
It's gone.
Oh yeah, I got the Catherine. I got the Catherine role. I had to do it. I couldn't resist anymore. Now that laser active emulation is possible, there's an above zero chance that I might also play it. Because it's very curiosity inducing. But not today. Not anytime soon. I need Ares emulation to get a little smoother. You're wrong, Nami. This is my house. I was born here. The marks on the wall comparing our heights had my name there, right? Fine, tell me whatever you can remember, Nami. Enough about that, let's get out of here! Fuck that, let's just go! I feel like if she gets it off her chest, she'll be okay. Let's do fine. Fine, tell me what you know. Yeah, no tech war. I want to see Macaw Blade. I want to see Macaw Blade. I want to see Macaw Blade, I will. I only know about I will and really laser active from Macaw, really. When he was talking about the laser active, I was looking at all kinds of stuff. I learned about Manhattan Requiem that way. I played the Switch version of Manhattan Requiem, but the fucking full game. Give you a little preview. I'll give you a little preview of Manhattan Requiem. It is a little choppy, though. It is a little choppy. For reasons. It's still in its infancy reasons. Let me see if I can grab that real fast. It's gotta be somewhere. It's somewhere in here. Here it is. Here it is. There's a point to this. Nah, it looks better this way. Manhattan Requiem is a JB Harold game by same series as Blue Chicago Blues, and it's sick as fuck. Appeared a young man.
Hello. You want to know about Sarah? Who are you? Mr. J.B. Harold from Liberty Town, huh?
It's too quiet.
Johnny Gear is my name. I guess I'm younger than you are.
Yeah, it is.
I'm from Memphis.
I'm from Memphis. We have to play it, guys, because that game has over 55 characters. And all of them are fully voiced. Yes, no, it is not on stream, Nick. I mentioned it before. The emulation is fucked because it's like early-ass Ares emulation. It's still a nightly build. That was Manhattan Requiem. That was JB Harold Manhattan Requiem. It is also on Switch. Dual language. You can play it in Japanese or English, but it's only available in Japan. but it's fully translated because that was the English translation for Laser Active. There are over 50 characters, all of whom I'm pretty sure are fully voiced. And there are some FMV cutscenes. I only know of the first one though, because it's the only one anybody ever showed. But yeah, as you could hear, the audio was fucked. That was actually after fixing it and getting the audio as unfucked as I could. But it's still kind of fucked. So I want Ares emulation, the Laser Active emulator, to get better as it goes. Oh yeah, no, it's so good, guys. Like, look at the box art. Let's look at the box art for Manhattan Requiem. Let's look at the box art real fast. Just real quick, and then we'll get back to game. We'll get back to game. Look at how sick the box art Manhattan Requiem is, guys. River Hill Mystery Selection.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
We got JB Harold. JB Harold is literally just a silent Humphrey Bogart. There is no gunplay in either of the first two JB Harold games, but there's always a gun on the cover. It's iconic. It looks so good. It looks so good. There was also Kiss of Murder, which actually came out on the DS, among other things. And it was like a shuffled version of Manhattan Requiem. Kiss of Murder, they used all the same characters, but they all had different roles. And it was like a completely different mystery. It's the back of the box. Back of the box has a huge, high-quality rip. It's so good. We need to play it. We need to play it one of these days. We need to play it in one way or another. I'll get it played. Ugh. I ended up really liking the Switch version, but I was so upset because the Switch version has no voice acting. It has no cutscenes. It has no, like, live-action cutscenes. The music is very generic and bland. The character portraits are really cool. They're not live-action, but they're, like, painted portraits. But it's just such a huge downgrade. Anyway, tell me whatever you can remember, Nami. I tried to get Nami to calm down. Oh, Nami, watch out. A bright light shined out from the garage, and the classic car rammed through the garage's shutters. I grabbed Nami's arm and pulled her out of the way. Oh no, the car drove off!
Paused is now following.
Thank you, paused.
Buckle up.
I grabbed Nami's arm to pull her out of the way. The wind blew past us. The car slammed into a nearby wall. Nobody was in the driver's seat. The car with no driver backed up and turned toward us. Run! The engine roared again as it barreled our way. We tried to run into the forest by the backyard garden, but the car went that way before we could. It was like the car was trying to herd us back into the mansion. Nami? Nami! We stumbled into the... No, they said each other's names. We stumbled into the floor of the entrance hall from the terrace. It did. It became Christine. Not a lot of... How's it going, Mr. Jackpots? Hello, Mr. Jackpots. Not a lot of murder, just a kiss, yeah. What's great about the JB Harold games, JB Harold Murder Club is out on TurboGrafx CD. You could play it. It's also fully voiced with over 50 characters. One of the best mysteries I've ever read, played, or watched anywhere. Manhattan Requiem is about as good. It's just as good. Amazing god tier murder mysteries. Like, the writer of it was the same lady who wrote and directed the Hotel Dusk games, did the JB Harold games. And
Max
she is
Hyde
just god
now
tier.
following.
Max
Buckle up.
Hyde, thank you for the follow. No, different devs. Different devs. That was River Hill Soft. This is Chunsoft. The other game, it's JB Harold Murder Club. Oh crap. Wait a second. Harold Murder Club. And then there's Manhattan Requiem. After that is DC Connection, which is only on PC 98. I wouldn't mind playing that also. And then there's Blue Chicago Blues, which you guys definitely know. A lot of chat already knows that one. I miss Dougie Jones too. Anyway, the car without a driver slammed hard into a wall on the side, reducing the car to scrap metal. Whew! I caught my breath and stood up. Even though I was sure Nami came with me, she wasn't there. Where could she have gone? And is she okay? It was hard to believe that Nami could just vanish like that. Clearly, something happened to her. I should go find her right away. She's got to be coming up right behind me, so we should wait here for her. Maybe she got in before I did, kept running. I'm gonna say clearly something happened to her because she's such a person of interest to these guys. Or maybe she got in before I did. No. Something happened. Let's not mess around. It's like fucking climax time. Clearly something happened to her. I should go and find her right away. The second floor. I raced up the stairs. Yeah, Spike and Chunsoft merged. Just following Scissorman was in here just to... Yes, Spike and Chunsoft merged. It's Spike Chunsoft now. This was Chunsoft, just Chunsoft, when this released. The door was open, so I jumped right in. Ah! Nobody was there. What had I bumped into? What I had bumped into was a busted up wooden chair with huge bite marks on it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It looked like it had been chomped into by a huge shark. Did that fish monster do this? What fish monster? My hair stood on end as I imagined what giant fish? This game's done this twice now. I noticed a calendar hanging on the wall. There was a date circled in red and a note below that. I got closer and looked at the note. It said 6:45, welcome Nami. And Nami. That's me! Nami's name? And mine? 6:45 was when the lightning bolt struck, and we wandered lost into the mansion. I don't know about the giant fish. We never saw the giant fish. So for the first time this happened was in our first playthrough. They kept talking about a cat, and we never saw a cat. And in this playthrough, we saw a cat. But now it's talking about a big fish that we've never seen. 6:45 was when the lightning bolt struck and we wandered lost into the mansion. I started to feel dizzy. Who was waiting for us here then? Had all of the strange stuff that happened to us been planned in advance? At that moment, I heard Nami's voice. Nami, where are you? Looking at the calendar, I ripped it to shreds so Nami wouldn't see it. I ripped it up. And then I flew out of the room. I found it so odd that I ran straight out of there, knowing today was an unlucky day according to Buddhist tradition. Knowing today was an unlucky day according to Buddhist tradition made me so afraid that I flew out of the room. Yeah, apparently some kind of frog mutant. It was stomping around. Very Cooper. Yeah, this is the most Dale Cooper thing I could I'm gonna say this one. Buddhism. Knowing today was an unlucky day according to Buddhist traditions made me so afraid that I flew out of the room. I jumped into the room. Nami was standing in front of some bookshelves. Look. Nami was pointing at an old photograph. Just tossing out some Tibetan wisdom. You came in at the exact time, Mr. Jackpots. There were two girls in the picture. I could tell at first glance it was Nami as a kid. The other girl looked exactly like her. It's me and Naomi. We're twins. I was right. I really was born and raised here. That's ridiculous, I laughed. It's just a coincidence. It's just a photo of some girls who look like you. So what? Still think it's a coincidence now? Nami flipped the picture over. It said, Nami and Naomi's 3rd birthday. I was at a loss for words. No. Nami pushed me and ran out. No! Nami, wait! Don't come after me! Nami turned to me, with tears streaming down her face. Someone is dead because of me. If they're not dead already, they're about to be. That's ridiculous. I can see the blood on my hands. They're the hands of a killer. I won't let you kill anyone. Nami! Listen to me, Nami. No, you need to listen, Nami! So, of all the names for the wheel to land on, Nami shouted. I might even end up killing you. Nami's tearful voice disappeared into the darkness of the hallway. Nami! If this keeps up. These are the hands of a killer, Bella. I like watching you sleep, Bella. Yeah, Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man. Damn it, Nami, just listen to Nami. Nami's tearful voice disappeared into the darkness of the hallway. Nami! If this keeps up, the two of us are through. I thought to myself, why did Nami say that she might kill me? I don't know what might happen, but I have to do something. A monster will take her if she keeps going on with that nonsense. I don't know what might happen, but I must do something. We're going serious hat with this one. I don't know what might happen, but I have to do something. Nami! She was in the piano hall, with her back turned to me. She was playing the piano. Nami, I said as I approached her. This was my piano. Our piano. Nami mumbled quietly. We spent our time together here. Oh my god! Oh! Oh my... Yeah, jackpots, I think you're right. I never made that connection. I never made that connection that Bella from Twilight was named after Bella Lugosi. Jesus fuck. Alright. So many revelations in this game. This was my piano. We spent our time together here. I hugged Nami from behind and felt a tear fall on my hand.
Oh no! Oh no! No, no!
Fucking hell. No, Stephanie Meyer would 1,000,000% do that. I hugged Nami from behind and felt a tear fall on my hand. I didn't want to lose you. Oh, I didn't want to lose you. Her voice sounded somewhat hoarse. Scared, I tried to pull my arms back. My arm was being held by dried up hands. The woman wasn't Nami! It was the mummy. Whoa! The mummy vanished. Nami! When I looked back, I saw Nami standing there, her eyes cast down on the floor, looking lifeless. I held back my urge to hug Nami and instead slowly walked up to her. Nami! She looked up at me. Her eyes were wide open. Who are you? Nami took a step back. She looked terrified. Who are you? It was like the first time she had ever seen me. Don't be stupid. You're telling me you don't know who I am? Help me, Nami. Nami screamed as she turned around and ran down the hallway. Oh, am I the demons? Have I become the demons? I couldn't even begin to take in what had just happened. Nami, where are you? You wouldn't hide from me, would you? Was there a... Yes, there was. There were a bunch of Hammer actor names, including like a spoof of Bela Lugosi and Illbleed. Illbleed is an amazing game. And then John was the demons. You're having deja two? Two? When I opened the door, something came flying at me. Don't come near me! Standing in front of the castle lined with medicines at the other side of the room was Nami, looking at me with fear in her eyes. Nami! Ah! Who are you? I held the half-crazed Nami down. Let go of me! Reflected in the glass that I had Nami pinned up against. I saw a middle-aged man with gray hair. I'm old! Who's that guy? Hurry, Nami, save me! I could hear Nami screaming against my chest.
I'm so old now.
I'm so old now! Hey, what are you saying, Nami? I was shocked. No way. I went slack. The reflection I saw in the glass of the creepy old man. It was me. I was the creepy old man. What am I going to do now?
I'm so old now.
Nami ran out of the room. What was happening? I had gray hair, wrinkles, sharp eyes, and a wild-looking chin. My chin looks fucking crazy, guys. I just looked old. I tried touching my cheeks to see if I was really me. Is this me?
I'm so old now.
Where are you, Nami? I could hear Nami's voice echoing from the stairs. She was looking for me. What was I supposed to do, though? We have to get out of there. We have to get out of here. I knew that I needed to reveal myself to her. I can't come to her like this. I made what I felt would be the best decision for Nami. Damn. He's turned, yeah, he's like my age in anime years. Oh shit. If I could just convince her what's going on. Quickly. Shit. This is a tricky decision. We have to get out of here. I knew that I needed to reveal myself to her. I can't come to her like this. I made what I felt would be the best decision for Nami. No, it's a trick. And then the wild chin of the old man grew tenfold. And the late show the Tonight Show finally had a new host.
Grandma,
the end.
Grandma! Grandma!
What should I do?
Grandma!
What should I do? I can't come to it. That feels like an end. That feels like a hard end. Please don't reveal yourself. I don't. Yeah, we don't want it. We don't want me exposing myself. He became Cash Man. I could become Cash Man. I could be like a haunting. Poll time. Poll. 1 minute. You get 1 minute.
I'm so old now.
1 minute. Go. Now's the time. A or B. Oh, somebody says A. 2 people said A. If it ties, I swear to God, I'll untie the vote. Old man reveals self to Nami. Old man named Nami reveals self to Nami as Nami cries for help from Nami. Abba? Oh God, it's gonna tie. It's just gonna tie. It's not gonna tie. I have faith in chat. I think chat is really cool. And they're not gonna tie it. They're gonna be really cool. They're gonna be the most handsome. You're gonna be the handsomest chat in all of Twitch if this doesn't tie. Grace says B. How's it going, Phantom? It's the handsomest chat pick day. Handsomest chat. Don't let Macaw tell you otherwise. Expose myself. We're gonna expose ourselves to Nami. Let's go. We have to get out of here. I knew that I needed to reveal myself to her. I have to let you know the truth. The A's had it. I have to let you know the truth. I flew out of the room. Oh, Nami was standing there. Nami. My confidence withered. Nami, don't be surprised, okay? Just listen to me. I struggled to come up with an explanation. It's me. I know. Nami nodded. Nami. I hugged her and was surprised to find her cold to the touch. What the? This girl was Naomi. This girl was Naomi. Where are you, Nami? Nami's voice was coming closer. I thrust Naomi away and ran toward Nami's voice. This time I found the real Nami. What the fuck? Ah! Her face became twisted with fear when she saw me. Nami, don't run from me. I called to her at the top of my lungs. I'd make her understand, I thought to myself, even if I had to slap some sense into her. I've turned into Sean Connery.
Now following.
Gunsy
Buckle up.
GH, thank you for the follow. It's you. How are you, gentlemen? How's it going? Paused. Nami, no! I ended up being the one to get slapped. I should have seen that coming, Nami. I muttered as if it was perfectly normal, and Nami's expression suddenly changed. Nami? Is that you? She recognized me. Okay, she sees me. She knows it's me. I nodded. She's already running. Yeah, she's already running around slapping people. Punch the keys, for God's sake. Nami, why? I don't know either, but it's me. I love you, Nami. Nami shouted. Okay, wait, who? Okay, Nami told me she loves me. She loves me. Okay. I love you, Nami. Nami shouted. I'll always love you, no matter what you look like. I want to see myself in the mirror, I said. I'm the man now, dog. I took a peek at myself in the bathroom mirror, fearing what I would see. Yikes. Gray hair, wrinkles. I looked like a totally different person. I couldn't even bear to look at myself in the
I'm
eyes.
so old now.
Hold on, Nami. Take a closer look. I don't want to. That's not my face. Wait, don't you see the similarity? Similarity to who? To you, Nami. I was stunned by what Nami just said, but after taking another look, I saw her point. It was me, just with gray hair and wrinkles. How many decades have I aged, though? Nami cast her gaze down, seemingly in pain. It's my fault it happened to you, Nami. It's so stupid with the double name. Huh? It's because we came to my house. No, Nami. This isn't your house. Get that nonsense out of your head. Naomi. It was Naomi. Naomi was there in the mirror. Naomi. Nami was reaching toward the mirror and I held her back. And at that moment, Naomi said something there in the mirror. I'm no different. Huh? I'm no different. Naomi repeated herself there in the mirror, and then she vanished. I guess we're, you know what? Maybe she's into old guys. When did these wrinkles and gray hairs appear? Oh no. Ah, this is true horror. This is like real life horror. Nami, it's okay. It's clear to me now. Nami said, my sister is a ghost, which means that the mummy is my mom. Nami began to tear up. Nami was trying to tell me something. Yeah, I'm no different. That's what Naomi was saying. But what did she mean by that? I'm not sure if that bloodstained diary was Nami's mom's or Naomi's. Was there something written in it? Okay, let's go have a look. Forget it, let's just get out of here. Let's look at the diary. Let's look at the diary. It's all fucked up anyway. We gotta uncurse ourselves before we leave. Let's go have a look. I decided to check out the diary. The diary was still in the mummy's room. Oh, that's really good news, Nick. I'm glad. I'm glad you got some good Korean to read. Nick has been, in tech, has been, reading, he's been learning Korean. And he's making amazingly good progress. The diary was still in the mummy's room. It was my mom's diary, Nami said as she read it. July 3rd. I'm all alone now. That was how Nami's mom's diary began. After losing my husband and my youngest child, my son, in an accident. Yeah, there's still the son. There's still the son? We don't know about the brother yet. I sent Nami to an orphanage and Naomi died of her illness shortly after that. Yeah, before it was a fire. Before in the first run it was a fire. Now it's a car accident. Shit. It seemed that she started writing just after Naomi died. Her diary was filled with all of the thoughts she had after losing her family. Mom fell in love? Nami gasped. Despite writing of her experience in modest words, she described meeting a man and falling in love with him. A love that she had only come to feel after years of solitude. Play Emerald? Yeah, he plays Emerald a whole lot. I don't know, Shy. I don't know. We'll find out. Despite writing of her experience in modest words, she described meeting a man and falling in love with him, and love that she had only come to feel after years of solitude. At times, I could sense the joy that she felt in the words she wrote. It's making me get emotional somehow. It ended abruptly. There, on that blood-stained page, Mom got mummified, but how? You could ask the same thing about Naomi. How did she become a ghost? And for that matter, how did my face turn out like this? I saw my reflection in the mirror on the dresser. I didn't want to see this old man with gray hair. Oh! I screamed out in shock. It's Dad! Nami looked at me surprised. What's the matter, Nami? This face. It's my dad's face. Your dad? Yeah. He died before I really had the chance to meet him. My only memories of him are just looking at photos. Naomi, Nami said as she... Nami said as she flew out of the room. Naomi wasn't there, but Nami kept moving forward into the darkness. Where are you going, Nami? Mom's gotta be there. I'm sure of it. Nami was trying to go to the sealed door. Alright, time to get going. And off I went immediately. Wait, before you go there, we should look for Naomi, I said after a little thought. Ooh, this is another, like, good choice. The choices are getting heavy. Oh, God. Ugh. Getting stuck at Silent Hill 2 Remake sounds like a nightmare of its own kind. Not a good one. That sounds awful. Time to get going, I said. Nami was trying to go to the sealed door. We should look for Naomi first. Should we look for Naomi first? And bring her with us? And maybe, like, grab some closure? Let's do that. I like that idea. She's part of this shit, too. I hate that Silent Hill F is actually a little worse than 2 Remake. They're both equally bad, but for specific reasons. Except Silent Hill F has the worst endings. Silent Hill 2 Remake just has the worst acting, the worst acted reenactments of good endings. Wait, before we go there, we should look for Naomi, I said after a little thought. We could hear Naomi's laughter, so we kept moving in that direction. Where was she, though? Naomi, where are you? Something vaguely white was floating before our eyes. It trembled, and for a moment I saw the face of a beautiful woman I'd never seen. And then it entered Nami's body. Well, that's not good! Nami's body went stiff. Nami? Suddenly, Nami went off running. Nami! Nami flew to the mummy's room and shut the door. Nami. I took a deep breath and opened the door. That was a very bad idea. Yes, there is. And you know who... Wait, who made it? Somebody interesting made it. Who made... Somebody interesting made it, and I can't remember who it was. It was a fucking Will game! It was a Will game! Fucking Will made this game! Will made the Silent Hill play novel for Game Boy Advance, also known as the guys behind... Juggernaut. Zeta? These motherfuckers made the Silent Hill play novel. They got these guys on the Silent Hill play novel. Oh wait, you guys aren't even seeing it. Here they are.
Following. Buckle up.
This, Zeta, Juggernaut, Among other games, they've done amazingly good shit. They were in charge of the Silent Hill play novel. Also, Daikatana for Game Boy. Will also made Daikatana for Game Boy Color, which is the good Daikatana. Hey, Navak, thank you for the follow. There are some alternate paths to, yeah. Daikatana for Game Boy Color, the good Daikatana. Yeah, the Zeta guys made Daikatana. Silent Hill play novel, Juggernaut. I knew they made Juggernaut. I knew they made Ugetsu Kitan. I did not know they made Daikatana for Game Boy Color, the good Daikatana. I took a deep breath and opened the door. I found Nami in the corner of the room. Nami, I said as I approached her. Why? Huh? Can you tell me why? It wasn't Nami's voice. This voice had a graceful tone to it, and sounded like a middle-aged woman. Who are you? I knew she wasn't Nami, but this lady's voice coming out of Nami's mouth still sounded familiar somehow. Why? Why is it?
Business is important.
Jesus Christ. Of all the big wild cards?
Is professional.
Fucking Daikatana.
Business is the engine in the car on the road that drives us forward to our journey. There is no I in business.
Why is it that Nami looked at me and spoke to me in that same voice? Why did you leave me? What are you talking about, Nami? Who did I ever leave? Nami's body had been possessed by someone, and I had an idea who it might be. You're going to leave me alone again, aren't you? It was her mom. This was Naomi's mother. Nami, with her mother's voice, seemed like she was begging for me to stay with her. Whoa, cut it out! I pushed Nami away. Let's see what'll happen. I'm curious. I'm curious. Let's keep this ball rolling. Come here, Nami. I wanted to see for myself what would happen. I hugged Nami. If doing this couldn't help her, I didn't know what could. Nami's fingers caressed my face like a long-lost love. Why did you leave me? Why? I got goosebumps. She was talking to this man. She was looking at this face. Nami's mother was asking my dad why he left her. Oh. Your wife and your son are really that important to you, Nami's mom said. Your son. She was talking about me. You're going to leave me, aren't you? Then her tears stopped, and her eyes changed to Nami's eyes. Even though I love you this much. Huh? Even though I love you this much. What was going on? Her face, her arms, her legs. Steam was pouring out of Nami's entire body. Nami's white skin turned earthy brown, her flesh sunk in. She was looking more and more like a mummy. Nami! Oh God, did we kill Nami? Then the mummy stood up. I couldn't help but scream. Ah! Nami had been mummified. This can't be. This can't be happening. No way! I shouted as my consciousness drifted away. Oh, this better not be ending. I had no idea how much time had passed. I was holding the mummy in my arms. Hey, Nami, can you not hear me anymore? Did you really get mummified? The mummy gave me no reply. I was about to scream again, but I held it in. Keep it together, Nami. You know you need to do that, after what you just went through. The one who saved Nami's mom from a life of solitude, only to leave her in the end, was my dad. I figured the shock of losing the man she loved so much turned Nami's mom into a mummy instantly. Just like it did with Nami. Yeah, that's what did it. Yeah, heartbreak will do that. You'll just shrivel up instantly. My dad wouldn't come home for long stretches of time, and he never did a single thing you'd expect a husband or a father to do. I heard he returned after a few years away from home. Few years? Shortly after that, he died resting his head in my mom's lap. I never told anyone this, but in my own way, I bore a grudge against him. So why do I have to be trapped in the body of my dead dad, be forced to have the same face as him, just to sate Nami's mom's need for revenge? You gotta be kidding me. I felt anger swelling up within me. What kind of messed up revenge is this? You're with me on that, right, Nami? She didn't respond. And then I heard someone crouch down next to me to speak softly into my ear. Nami, I gasped. Nami. I could hear her voice behind me and I felt cold. When I turned around, I saw Naomi standing there. Naomi. Is this the lingering regret that's keeping you here? You want to help your mom get her revenge? Is that why you became a ghost? Naomi just looked at me saying nothing. I couldn't hold back my anger. You're insane! You're okay with doing this to your own sister? Do you ghosts not have any human emotions at all? Naomi looked at me with sadness. I'm no different. She was still going on about that. What are you talking about? You're no different? Instead of replying, Naomi moved. Naomi came slashing at me with a knife. Why? Why was Naomi trying to kill me? Was this also the will of her mother? Whoa, wait! Naomi, watch where you wave that thing! She had me trapped in the corner of the room. Stop it! I'm no different. Naomi raised up the knife and then... the room shook, and the blade of the knife she was about to plunge down into me melted away and vanished. Mom, Naomi blurted out. The supernatural event seemed to have been her mom's doing. Was her mom, the mummy, trying to protect me? What was happening? Let's get out of here, Nami. I picked up Nami and flew out the door. Nami was disturbingly light to carry around. I focused entirely on running down the hallway, but I wasn't sure what I would do. Carrying a mummified Nami around with me, I was at a loss. I returned to the entrance hall. I placed Nami down on the large sofa. Her arms were shriveled, her skin brown, and she was a shadow of her former self, but she was still Nami. I spent a long time sitting there with her. What am I supposed to do now? Even if I just left this mansion, how could I do that with Nami being the state she's in? She's not dead, though. Not necessarily. Even if she was mummified, I believe she's still alive. You're alive, aren't you, Nami? She didn't answer, but I had faith that she was. Nami wouldn't die, would she? There's no way. Nami, I'll stay here and fight. I gave Nami's dried-up cheek a soft kiss. The skin of her cheek was tight. I wanted to cry, but I held back my tears. I'm not gonna leave you, Nami. I'm gonna fight for you. I gave her one more kiss. Naomi didn't come after me, but she could show up again at any moment. But still, why was she trying to kill me? If that was all just a way to help her mom get revenge, then it would be strange for Naomi's mom to use her powers to stop her daughter. Nami, I don't have any idea what's going on. What could Naomi possibly be thinking? I'm no different. Maybe the answer was somewhere in that phrase she kept saying. Feeling tired, I closed my eyes. I could see Nami's smiling face and white teeth. In my mind, the image I had of Nami was the way she had been until now. Nami. I felt like I'd heard a hoarse voice call out to me. Huh? I took a look around the entrance hall. Was that hoarse voice I heard who I thought was Nami? Nami. Nami! Nami! She could talk! Her face was dried up and she could barely move, but I knew for sure that Nami was calling my name. So even though she'd been mummified, she was somehow still alive. I slept for a long time, didn't I? Nami asked me in her mummified state. How could I answer her, though? Shit. If I don't tell her, I could live with her mummified form forever, but if I tell her the truth, something else could happen. I'm curious. I thought about just telling her the truth. Nami, there's something I kinda have to tell you that might surprise you. You know nobody stays young and beautiful forever, right? A tear ran down my cheek. You know you're pretty, Nami. But one day you'll get old. It's beyond your control. No matter what happens to you, though, Nami, It's fine, Nami said in her hoarse voice. Go on, Nami. Leave here, by yourself. Huh? Just run, by yourself. Considering the state I'm in, you can leave me here. Nami, I'm sorry. This is my mom's fault. Nami knew everything. She knew that she had been mummified, and why my face had been changed. I'm sorry, Nami repeated in her low, hoarse voice. Don't apologize, I said, holding back tears. My dad left your mom. I won't apologize to you for that. And you shouldn't apologize to me either. I held firmly onto Nami's dried up arm. That hurts. Nami, she could feel. Even though I was sleeping, I knew what was going on around me. I know what you did for me, Nami. I was so happy. Nami managed to bring herself to say after a ton of effort. Hurry. Run. No, I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna fight. And you're gonna fight too, Nami. The suit of armor appeared. Oh, please. Run, Nami. I stood in front of her. Oof! I got slammed to the ground by the suit of armor with a single smack. Ah, shit. I tried to stand up, but I felt really dizzy. The suit of armor picked Nami up. Nami! I chased after it, though I was unsteady on my feet, when somebody grabbed me by the arm. Naomi! You're still going after her? Let go of me! I tried to shake Naomi off, but her arm was stuck to me. Cold as ice, and it stung. Your mom wants to get revenge against me, right? So why did she take Nami? To show you how it feels when you lose someone you love. Nonsense! Tell her she's got the wrong guy! If you go after Nami, you'll be able to enter that room too. Was she talking about the sealed room? Is her mother, that mummy, waiting for me there? Let go of me and I'll go anywhere you want me to go. That won't work. Why are you even stopping me here? I'm going to kill you. Ugh. I felt icy pain run through my body and my vision went dark. I could see something, just barely. It was the ceiling. I was on a bed surrounded by a nice smell, almost like perfume. Probably flowers. Yeah, light purple flowers set in a vase. They weren't hypericums. Lilacs. Huh? Naomi was sitting in a chair there. They smell nice, don't they? For a moment I mistook her for a nurse. She was pretty, which was no surprise. She looked just like Nami. Where's Nami? So, this was the sealed room, huh? But Nami wasn't here, nor was that mummy in the wheelchair. This is my room. Why am I here? Let me out of here. I tried to get up, but she grabbed my arm again. It was cold. Stay here. I don't want to hand you over to Mom. What a strange thing for Naomi to say. Suddenly, the room started shaking. Mother's angry. She won't forgive me for this, will she? What was going on? Were Naomi and her mom fighting over me? Oh, a crack ran through the wall. The vase of lilacs got broken too. It's okay, as long as you stay in this room, Mom can't reach you. So you can stay here, she said. You can stay here forever. Let me go! I have to save Nami! Coldness spread through the arm where she grabbed me. Are you gonna freeze me to death? Naomi looked at me. I could see how sad she looked. If I kill you, we can be together. Huh? The two of us could stay here in this room together forever. Oh, I finally understood. I'm no different. That's what we said at the very beginning. Like at the end of the last thing, somebody joked, they're the same girl. We'll just stick with Naomi if it's her. That's what she meant. Naomi wouldn't let go of me. I shivered. I felt like my heart was about to freeze. I can't do it. Naomi took her hand off me. Naomi remained there, trembling and stoic. I can't do it. I can hear Nami's voice. She's telling me that she loves you, Nami. Nami's voice. I couldn't hear her myself. Maybe she was calling out from the sealed room. Nami loves you. From the bottom of her heart. Nami? I jumped up, but I'm no different. Without thinking, I turned back to face her. Because I love you too. Naomi vanished. For a brief moment, I hesitated, but... I have to focus on Nami now. I headed straight for the sealed room. This is sick, guys. Of course we're going straight to Nami. I have to focus on Nami now. I headed straight for the sealed room. The sealed door opened. The sealed door opened without me even having to slam into it. It was as though it was saying that it was the proper time for me to come inside. Nami! I rushed into the dimly lit room. A coffin had been placed there. I opened the heavy lid that was placed over it and found Nami's mummy with a whole bunch of hypericums. Nami! It's me. Still, she didn't respond. Say something, Nami. I brought my ear close to her mummified mouth, but couldn't even hear her hoarse voice. She completed the mummification process. There in the darkness up ahead, I could finally see her mummified mother. The mummy that was sitting in the wheelchair showed no sign of moving or talking, but the empty sockets of her eyes seemed to stare at me. Nami's mother, the mummy there, must be seeing the face of the man who left her. Take a good look. Take a good look. I'm not my old man, I yelled. I thought it was horrible what my dad did, going back to me and Mom, leaving you out of the blue. I don't think you deserved what he did to you, but I'm not him. I'm not like my dad. It seemed to me that the mummy was starting to twitch and tremble. I'm in love with your daughter, Nami. Even if she turned into a mummy, I won't leave her like my dad left to you. Now the mummy was definitely trembling. Huh? The mummy's legs were turning white. They had become bones. Her mom, who had been mummified, was now turning into a skeleton! Let's get out of here! I pulled Nami up into my arms. Nami. At that moment, my leg was hit with crippling pain. Ah! Everything below my knee was turning into a skeleton just like Nami's mom, the mummy. Gradually, the flesh of my bones was fading away. Now her mother, a full-on skeleton, approached me. See, imagine if this had, like, pixel art like this. We got skeletonized! Oh, the pain raised from my leg to my hip, and then from my hip to my stomach. I took another look and saw that even my ribcage was poking out. Suddenly, I could hear the ringing of wedding bells echoing through the air, filling the room with an unusual brightness. May our bones come together as one, huh? Revenge wasn't all that Nami's mom was after, no. Just goes to show how deeply she had fallen for my dad. She wasn't driven by a grudge or scorn. She was driven by a deeper passion, love. Ugh! That overwhelming pain reached my chest. No, I didn't want to be I didn't want to be turned into a skeleton. Nami! Nami's body was still rolling around on the floor. They're about to bone. If this was a PC 98 game, there would be serious boning going on about now. Nami's skeleton was standing up right beside me. Nami wasn't just a mummy anymore, was she? No. I thought I could hear that hoarse voice. Nami was trying to tell me something. The pain reached my neck. I felt something hot welling up and I screamed, I love you! Nami's mummy spoke too. Nami and I both shouted the same words to each other at the same time. I love you. Nami's voice was normal again, the way it sounded before she was mummified. And at that moment, the skeleton stood still. The brightness faded away and the room went back to being dimly lit. When the two of us had screamed at the same time, we had changed something apparently. A long time had passed after that. The skeleton raised its head ever so slightly, and then it fell to pieces. Oh. The mummified Nami's earthy-colored skin on her legs, arms, and face gradually returned to her normal, youthful appearance. Nami! Nami! We hugged each other tightly. Everything's gonna be fine now. You're back. You're back to normal. You too, Nami, so don't cry. Huh? I hadn't realized it until Nami told me. I didn't know my face and body were back to normal. Hadn't noticed that I started crying either. The bones that were scattered about began to disappear. They're disappearing, huh? After putting us through all this, Mom's just gonna leave, isn't she? Nami muttered to herself. You're wrong. The curse is what's going to leave. Huh? That resentment is what changed my mom into a love-starved monster. It's fading away now. Not a single shard of her bones remained. Mom, I gently put my arm around Nami's shoulder. What? It sounded like explosions were going off somewhere. It's all over for this mansion now. Nami screamed as if she'd seen a vision. Hurry! As we tried to go down the stairs, a strong wind blew up at us. Whoa! The floor below us was filled with flames that were still spreading. Nami! Come here! I can't take anymore. Don't be stupid. We can still make it. I tried to help Nami as we stumbled along, and I ended up falling too. It was already a sea of flame around us. It was hard to breathe, surrounded by that black smoke. I couldn't open my eyes. I wasn't about to die here, but I couldn't stand up. And what about Nami? I could feel my consciousness slipping away. Maybe Naomi was taking me to the underworld now. Someone grabbed my arm. You're gonna make it through this alive, Nami. I still couldn't really open my eyes, but I could hear Nami's voice clear as a bell. Come with me. Nami led me by the hand as we ran. Pulled along, I was leaping through the fire. This is fucking insane. This story is out of control compared to the first one. I could smell the soil on the ground. The mansion is gone. I picked myself up and I was outside of the gate. There, under the light of the moon, I could see a black mountain of debris. The entire mansion had burned to the ground while I was out cold. It was gone, along with Naomi, Naomi's mom, and all the sadness that the two of them had felt. While Nami had fallen right there beside me. Nami! Nami! I held her in my arms and shook her. Nami! Nami had pulled me out of that inferno. Nami! Oh! I was so glad. Nami opened her eyes. Nami! Nami looked at me, still in a daze. Thank you, Nami. You saved my life. Huh? When I was overcome by the smoke and I couldn't move, I thought I was done for until you came along. Nami, are you serious? The same thing happened to me. I fell unconscious in that fire. Huh? We looked at each other. Naomi. She's the one who saved us. I know, Nami said. That was the lingering regret that kept her spirit from passing on. She died without ever having fallen in love. So that was it? Naomi must have been jealous, knowing she had a mom who experienced a love so powerful that it mummified her alive. So good. Nami's eyes were welled up with tears. Yeah, there was nothing more for me to say about that. She was no different. Huh? She had her chance too, even if only for a short time. She fell in love with you, Nami. So Nami knew about what happened in that room. This game has powerful sentences. It really does. We looked at the smoldering remains of the mansion. You guys had your first love, didn't you, Naomi? You had your first love, didn't you, Naomi? Her first love. I took another look around. This one has to be best ending. This has to be the best ending. It's too insane, and it wrapped up too well. Oh. The field of hypericums had changed to light purple flowers. Oh, they're lilacs now. Lilacs. They were the same sort of flowers that Naomi had kept in her room. There's no way this isn't the best ending, guys. There is no way this isn't the best ending. This is like the most wrapped up ending compared to the first one. There were no stems or branches to be seen, just the flowers spreading out everywhere. Yeah, just like, yeah, the cum is gone, guys. The hyper cums are gone. field of lilacs. They smell so nice, don't they? They have meaning, too. And Nami said exactly what they meant. The pain of your first love. It's so good. And then it's gonna fade out, isn't it? It's gonna credits, isn't it? We got credits? We got credits! That's gotta be best ending. That one was sick. The first ending was pretty good too, but that second ending was sick. I think we actually did it, guys. I think we actually did it. I think we actually did it, guys. I don't know. I don't know about you, but this seems like an absolute win. I do have all of the choices saved. What I could do is we could save this for another. Yeah, now we got to do an every shit choice run. That was my first run. We still have another 8 endings for this game. We still have another 18. Yeah, this was definitely. This had to be the. There can't be a better ending than this. There is no way. There is no way that there's a better ending for this. Like, absolutely no way. It just... No, there's no way. Hold up. Kind of messing with my camera here a little bit. I'm just so shaken up with emotion right now. There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Well, that was OTOGIRISOU, guys. We could get the other 8 endings, or what we could do is I could leave this save and protect this save, or even do like a whole thing where I do these first 2 runs and I roll another name and we do it again. At some point. Not now. Or maybe now. Who knows? Not today though. Not today though. I've been reading nonstop for like 7 hours. We have to know how bad can it get, right? What is worst ending? I thought we were in worst ending. That was looking really bad for a bit with me being old and shit and Nami being a fucking mummy. I thought we were fucked. I really thought, Koichi Nakamura, this is sick. I really thought we were just fucked, guys. There could be multiple good ends. The last ending wasn't so bad either, although I'm pretty sure that Nami died and we ended up getting with fake Nami, Naomi. It says try again. It says try again. This is incredible. This is awesome. It says try again, guys. And then it'll freeze here. The game freezes here. Let's go again. That could be the... If that's the neutral end, how good is the best end? Because that doesn't seem like there could be any better ending than that. It doesn't feel like there could be any better ending than that. Third time. Page 181. What is that number? I noticed that there was this number and it was like 30 something before. And now it's 81. Could that be a percentage? Now what's interesting is the back of the box said there were no points. There was no score. There was no score in this game, but there's 80. Now I have 81 points. 81 scenes, maybe? Could be. It can't be 81. 81. Oh, it might be. You know what? It is 81 choices, polyethylene. It is 81 choices. I guess it didn't count one. I've got 82 on my list here. Alright, I'm gonna put good end here. Yes, that's how many choices we made. I don't know how I went up to... Unless I skipped a number. I probably skipped a number. No, I didn't. Weird. No, I didn't skip a number at all. Very odd. Very odd. Very interesting. That's 100% what that is, though. 81 choices. Third time. Is the dialogue going to be different? Is the dialogue going to be different? We'll have to find out. We got to find out if it's different at least. Next time. There could be lobster. We'll have to find out. We gotta find out. This is fucking sick. This game is fucking sick, guys. Well, that's OTOGIRISOU. I guess we're stuck with it for a bit. This is awesome. We may have to do something, though. We may have to do something, though. You know what?
What's your name?
We're gonna do something real fast, though. I want to kind of do something. I want to match these choices. And I'm gonna give them another name. I'm gonna match these. I'm just gonna hit fast forward after the stream.
What's your name?
And we're gonna spin the wheel.
Spell it.
And see what the next name's gonna be. That way we're not that way we're not Nami the whole time. And it's Cumbot. Well, what I'm gonna do, polyethylene, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new save file. I'm gonna make a new save file and fast forward and make all the choices I already made because it's all on a notepad. I made all my choices on a notepad.
No!
I'm gonna make all the same choices for both endings so we can get the same exact record. Except this time his name is gonna be Cumbot when we get back. That's how I'm gonna do it. And that way, the dialogue won't be so confusing. You know, it won't be like, Nami, oh, Nami, I love you, Nami, I love you too, Nami. It's not, yeah, we've, I feel like that was good for one stream. I feel like that was good for one stream. But with Cumbot, I feel like we could stick with, I feel like Cumbot might be a keeper. We'll find out. We'll find out. I got people to thank. I got a lot of people to thank. Nevik, Gunzy, Max Hyde, Paused, Pan, William, thank you all for the follows. Macaw45, thank you again for the raid. Phantom Miner, thank you for the follow. Good seeing you again. Shilerai, thank you for the 501 bits. Basehole, thank you for the 10 months. PS1 Addict, thank you for the 200 bits. Road Crew, thank you for the follow. Ralph, thank you for the 7 months. Thank you also for the $1 tip. Nick, thank you. Gonna find hidden character next run named Cumbot and ruin all. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Cumbot's gonna show up. This is where Cumbot gets introduced, the iconic character Cumbot from OTOGIRISOU. This game is sick as fuck, though. I wouldn't mind playing it some more. See what else we can do, see what other choices we can make. It would probably even be really fast. I may start doing, like, a fast-forward function just to make it go a little faster. That way we're not, like, just reading the same shit over and over. Until then, let's see who's online. I want you guys to enjoy your Friday. It is here. Friday is upon us. Enjoy it. I'll be back here Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central, right here on twitch.tv/CyberTruckerAlpha. Let's see, who haven't I rated in a bit? Who have I not rated in a bit? There's always somebody. It's been a little bit. Let's raid Pixel Turkey. Let's raid Pixel. Pixel's playing Tex Murphy, the Pandora Directive, on her 563rd stream, and it looks like she's still playing. So go say hi to Pixel. She's awesome. And until next time, as always, stay frosty. I got this game. This game is out now. I overpaid for it, but I got it. I love Scared Stiff. It's like one of my favorite, probably my favorite ass pinball table ever. Bye, guys. Later.